radio. Baby, keep your mouth shut. Baby, I try to beat my butt. Jason Ellis. Michael Tully.
Well, puke on my dick.
Andrew Cruz. Kevin Kraft.
I swear I am normally a very gassy man.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
Live from Hollywood,
Possible enough.
this is the Jason Ellis Show.
Don't think. Feel.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. So assignment is Will here? Michael, is a Siamese twin a human that grows inside another human?
No, that is the fetus and fetu thing. A Siamese twin are two distinct human beings who are conjoined.
What is a twin that grows inside another twin?
Well, those don't tend to live.
Oh, they do.
Oh,
What about that girl with 9 legs? 16. 6.
I
A lot of legs.
I wonder if she would be considered... I guess that's not a conjoined twin if there's only one brain and one personality. Because more often than not, it's people who go through... they go to get their appendix removed and they go, oh, by the way, when we were inside there, we found a tiny little deceased unborn fetus.
Okay, well,
Right.
This isn't working out. What I was getting to is, you know how they have made humans have been born attached to other humans?
Yes.
Now they can make stem cell goats. Correct, right?
I'll take your word for that.
Yes, that is now that Andrew's confirming it, you have to believe me, Michael, because with both of us confirming it, you know it's true.
I would like to know what that is, but is it important enough to slow down the point you're building toward? 'Cause I don't know what a stem cell goes.
So I'm thinking you probably can't make a human with a goat yet. Thank you, Michael. But you could definitely make a monkey with a goat.
I wouldn't assume that.
Wait, you're saying you wouldn't? You're saying it's possible? Or it's not?
Currently, I would think that is impossible.
Right. Well, I just think it's closer because they're both manimals, and if you combine the manimal, might be an easier thing to come into. And I'm just thinking about making the ultimate warrior because I think that with technology, if you can keep cloning stuff, I think that's the better. Was it they cloned it? Did they clone a goat? Right? Is that the word I was supposed to use?
The sheep is the famous one.
My bad, mate. But they cloned it too. They got a monkey now, right? Did they clone a monkey?
Cloned a monkey.
Right, so they can clone a monkey and they can clone a goat. What if they cloned a monkey into a goat? Because, hear me out, I saw this movie last night where it was like this monster, and the monster looked like it was like, maybe it was a big deer or something, but on the head it had a human built into the head. And so it had hands. Where the horns would be, it had hands.
Oh.
And it was a really cool movie, something on Netflix, I don't know. But then I thought, if you can make a goat and you can make a monkey, then you could make a goat monkey, and then you could make a horse gorilla. And if you have a horse with a gorilla built in, and when I say built in, I mean if you made it where the monkey, like a horse stands up like a horse, right?
Yeah.
And then in the chest area, like on the bottom of the neck, there's a gorilla's face.
Okay.
And then out of the side of the neck are the gorilla's arms. And then the gorilla's body is in the body of the horse.
So this is a 6-limbed animal.
Yes. And then there's like gorilla feet coming out of the sides of the hips where the horse legs are. And of course now Andrew is showing me a horse ape. Not exactly like... Oh!
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you had in mind.
Kind of like that a little bit. And that, if you can make those... Oh my god, there's a gorilla elephant. Who beats a gorilla elephant?
A gorillafant?
Who beats a gorillafant? Who? If I got gorillafants, look, dude. I know. Look. Oh man, the gorilla face elephant is the fucking sweetest. Man, I'm using that for electronics. You gotta just serve me that. That is. That guy's terrifying. But go back to the other. Give me the other one.
If you were trying to wear clean, you just failed.
Damn it! I forgot if I was doing that.
Again, yeah.
But you can't say. You can say damn it.
Okay. Can't say the other thing you said.
Don't drop an F bomb. Man. Completely forgot I was annoying.
Verbal lubricant.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I know you can't. Man, you could make that with science, and I know there's now Andrew's showing me a lot of combinations of beasts, and some of them are very adorable. But I believe the most terrifying combination beast, and now you can do it with science. No, sorry, you can't do it right now with science, but soon you will be able to do it with science.
I guess
A lion kangaroo is not cool.
No, I guess I'm a little bit skeptical if we're trying to make the ultimate hybrid beast.
Because you could also ride it, Michael, to battle.
Right, which is what was happening in the photo that we saw. There was a warrior on the back of the gorilla horse.
Yeah.
But do we know for sure that the gorilla part of this animal is going to play ball with that plan?
Oh. Well...
Horses are down.
Oh, Jude wants to come in and talk about horse gorillas. Gorillafants. What's up, Jude? Gorillafants. Do you know something about gorillafants? Because you've come flying in here. Man, sweet jacket.
Thank you.
I feel like you'd be hard to stab with that jacket.
This is like fucking rugged. It's a rugged coat. It's Filson.
It's like
Man,
it's like Carhartt's Night on the Town.
Am I right about being hard to stab? I was pretty correct, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Like you might actually deflect a blade a little bit there.
Yeah, that's it.
You could at least take that off and if you were in a knife fight and use that to protect yourself.
If I had that in a phone book, it'd be a wrap.
Right. I'd move on to
the
my next victim.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be getting
I'd be like, this guy's going to be very tedious. I'm going to gas out. Jude, you've just walked into the Jason L show and you're seeing the hybrid, the gorillafant.
I've never seen this ever in my
Is
life.
there, and if anybody's listening wants to call and give me something else, because I believe the gorillafant that has the arms, because that's the difference. A horse cannot, open the door, cannot pull the trigger, cannot pick you up and put his thumbs in your eyes.
Can't open up a jar of mayonnaise.
A horse is going to crush a jar of mayonnaise and get none of the mayonnaise, Jude.
Right.
Mainly glass.
Yes.
So, if he has ape arms, you know what he gets? Anything he wants.
That's right. That's right.
Anything. Except, I guess, you could get away from him in the air.
Yeah, that's it. You can fly away.
But if science were to add...
Oh, look at that one.
Yeah,
Fucking
look, a lion gorilla
line.
is... A lion gorilla... Look, you're bringing up stuff, Andrew. Are you denying the fact that a gorillafant is impossible to beat? There is nothing that can beat a gorillafant. Nothing. Nothing that's ever been... I believe a gorillafant can beat a
spear like that one. That guy.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
A gorillafant can have a spear.
Yeah.
Well, so can a gorilla, but they don't. All they fling is poo.
Anything's possible.
There's that.
I wonder if the gorillafant's gonna have the gorilla dick or a elephant dick, because that's gonna change things.
Well, if he has... No, it wouldn't. He would have an elephant one because he has an elephant back.
Oh, he's crushing.
Yeah.
He's fucking just slaying.
Is he slaying? I think it's lonely being a gorillafant.
Well, then clone a couple of them.
You're definitely going to have to clone. They're not mating.
The rhino gorilla, the gorilla with the rhino face.
It's not that. It's not. No. I'll go rhino.
How did we get here? I was a little late.
Oh, we started here.
Oh, this is where you began with gorillafants.
I was thinking about it this morning, about not gorillafants. I was thinking about how people can make monkeys from scratch now and goats. Why can't you make... Because it's not a real human, if anybody... nobody's calling.
There's a pug hawk.
They're not... they're not real humans. Science have made them, Michael, out of scratch. So there's no remorse, no repent. We don't care what it meant.
If you clone humans, they will have remorse.
I'm being
Okay.
mean and mean spirited. I'm just saying, like, if we just like wanted to win
Yeah.
and make and be freaky and make stuff.
Well, I think science has gone past this concept. They may incorporate animal elements, but you're probably looking at, I hate to say it, but artificial
Robots.
intelligence robots.
Hang dang it! Whoa! What's that? Is that
Crocodile bear.
a crocker bear? Ooh, a crocker bear versus gorilla Fint is really not a match. Again, Andrew, very, very desperate to prove me wrong.
If the crocodile bear stays in the water, gorilla fin is fucked, son.
How's that?
It depends on how deep the water is.
Yeah, how's it? What's better, in a bear body or an elephant body in the
Or
water?
an yeah, exactly.
But he's got the little crocodile thing to.
Crocodile tail doesn't come,
It
dude.
really helps him swimming.
If you're talking about one-on-one, there is no chance. Maybe 5 crocker bears versus a gorilla fin, but no way one-on-one.
I can't.
But you want to go back to your show and talk rational stuff?
Why
Go
does
ahead.
he have his, I'm just saying he's got his right hand like resting
On his hip, yeah.
on his hip, like
Yeah,
he's a mom.
he's
Well,
in
he knows
ti-
he's majestic.
Yeah,
He knows it.
he's intimidatingly majestic. He's like, yeah.
Describing you.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Try me, I got a spear.
Yeah. Yeah, and if that misses, come at me.
Your teacher called today. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's about to cuss out his child. Your teacher called up today. Is there something you want to tell me?
Bud, welcome to the Jason L Show. What do you want?
Hey, what's up, Ellis, mate?
Oh, good day.
Check out the shark rhino.
The Shino.
Think about it.
Man, how bad would rich Chinese guys want that thing?
A shark rhino
for
or
their-
oh no,
for their
right.
hard on.
Yeah. The dick
You put a gorilla and an elephant together, and that's the boner pill the Chinese billionaire class have been waiting for.
Yeah, shark rhino is pretty tough. But I'm still gonna have to
It's
go.
got like it's on the land with the fin on his back. It seems a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I still say gorilla fin
redundant.
wins that brawl. It's a hell of a battle, and they'll both be
I'm
injured.
taking gorilla fin all day against this fucker.
Right? I mean, I feel like it's over.
I thought the best fight was the fucking bear shark. Or what was it? Bear gator.
Yeah.
Man,
Crocker bear.
croc a bear.
Yeah,
I was
there's.
really impressed by that feral pig yesterday. I'm not introducing it to the conversation, just honorable mention.
I'm glad you brought that up, Michael, because I had Katie and a friend over, and I was like, "You guys know about the big pig, right?" And they're like laughing at me,
Did you know
like no one knew about the
that's
big
a
giant
fucking
boar.
pig.
See, and that's how the news is fake. That is actually how the news is really, really fake. I don't think that the news lies nearly as much as many people would have you believe. It's the things that they choose to focus on.
Yup.
It's very often the
It's
truth.
what they tell you.
It's just what they choose to talk about, and then at the same time blatantly ignore the real news, like the gigantic feral hog that was going through dumpsters outside a grammar school in Hong Kong.
I would
And
just
that-
leave that alone.
That's the news of the world, if you ask me.
See, that's just so much better than what's going on. Like, hey, everybody, let's talk about. Because the world just talks about what the news gives them when
Yes.
they get haircuts and when they meet each other at work or when they're mad or sad or picking the kids up. I would way rather hear if I was going to get a haircut, if the gods chose to give me hair again,
You got that wig.
that
You get a wig
I'm actually
cut.
thinking about. I've got a really good friend who's a really good hairdresser, and
gonna
I'm
cut
thinking
the
about
wig.
actually like hitting him up and saying, "Hey, man, how what's the chance of me coming in with my wig on and you giving me a legit haircut?"
If you got like an old school Ricky Schroeder cut on that wig, like fucking silver spoons,
Man,
that'd be fucking awesome.
That wig's $1,000. I'm not going to turn it into a Ricky Schroeder. Oh wait, the Ricky. Oh, you know, dude, I had that haircut.
Yeah, Ricky Schroeder.
Yeah, my mom entered me in a Ricky Schroeder lookalike contest when he had that
Here
haircut.
we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons.
Yeah, he's still going.
Back to
right?
the pigs.
I think he was one of the few who kind of successfully managed to get people
Was-
to
he was
call,
like-
him Rick.
Yeah, he went to like NYPD Blue or some shit.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
that.
I met him.
People, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
celebrity kids who want to drop the Y and people laugh at them, like Deborah Gibson.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick Schroeder kind of became a thing.
Yeah, I
Good
agree.
for him.
Yeah, he got this picture right here. He's got the shirt cracked down to his belly button with the fucking gold cross. He's stunting on the motherfuckers.
I know. What is he like 12
Yeah,
right there with a
exactly.
gold cross around his neck?
He's like, whatever, I'll come in you.
He's seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's
No
seen
doubt.
some shit in his life.
I hate to think about what he may have seen.
He's seen some stuff.
Well,
especially nowadays.
he can ride moto and stuff, I hear. That's what he told me.
Well,
Anyway.
there's nothing wrong with getting a
So, yeah,
motor haircut.
I see people calling really with no point.
Back to the pigs. I think, like, if a pig escapes from the farm, it goes feral really quick. Like, it grows long hair and it adapts to the wilderness.
What does?
Mad quick. Like, if you get a domesticated pig,
Yeah.
it escapes, like, it
Yeah, like a
makes
cat.
break for it.
Like a cat.
It
Like a
grows.
human.
Yeah, it's like it adapts to nature.
That's
mad
right.
That happened.
fast.
The wild boars in California, where somebody brought them here and they escaped. And
That's where
that's
they.
what happened.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Absolutely.
we're in the wild now.
That's exactly what happened to you, Jude.
I am.
You survived the streets and metamorphosized yourself into what you are today.
I'm a feral pig.
Linkos. Hey man, what do you got?
You got an eagle with a wolf head. I mean, that's going to come down from over top with the talons and the teeth and fuck that elephant gorilla up.
You're not very smart, are you? Do you have a job? I mean, you're saying that a eagle that has a wolf head. So now you're saying instead of having a giant beak, it now has. I mean, is it the size of a wolf or is it the size of an eagle?
Let's say it's the size of a wolf. He's still outweighed.
If the size of a wolf and it comes down, you realize that.
That's a 150-pound eagle coming.
First, a giant elephant gorilla.
Okay. But maybe there's a kernel of something we can work with in this moron's phone call. What about? Is there
Moron.
Is there any animal
I hung up on him, Michael.
that you could? Thank you. That you can give eagles wings to?
A gorilla elephant.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a gorilla eagle.
Gorigal. A beautiful.
Wait,
It flies like an eagle.
a gorillafant eagle?
Well, I don't see. I mean, as ridiculous and absurd as this conversation is, I really don't see that
How
getting
dare
off the
you.
ground. Like, what if a gorilla had eagle's wings?
Oh.
Yeah.
Does an eagle gorilla beat a gorillafant?
A flying gorilla.
Gorilla
with
comes down.
The aerial aptitude of an eagle.
It's going to lose aptitude.
They have.
I'm
flying
sorry.
monkeys in-
I'm sorry, but once it becomes a gorilla eagle, the
It'd be like
aptitude.
one of those really huge bees.
Yeah.
You like, can't blink and stay in the
It's like
air.
a giant bumblebee. Yeah. That thing's coming in like, bah! Like, you're hearing it from miles. The thing sounds like a chopper.
You know what? I never think about this shit. I haven't thought about this since the Wuzzles.
What's a wuzzle?
Wuzzles was a cartoon show from the 80s. I haven't thought about like remixing animals since the motherfucking Wuzzle. See, that's a bee bear, a bee lion,
Oh, yeah. Man, a beeline is
fucking
stupid.
hippo, rabbit,
It's pronounced blind.
Oh, my bad.
a donkey.
No, it's not. It's
and a
Bumble
fucking-
Lion.
Bumba lion.
Bumble Lion, Butter Bear.
Sounds Cajun.
It's a butterfly and a bear.
Man, these
And
are
there's
really.
Hoppypotamus. That's cute.
Yeah. Hoppypotamus is probably the easiest, the toughest one out of those guys.
The hippopotamus is the most deadly fucking animal in Africa.
It's true. We've discussed this.
Yeah.
But a hippopotamus gorilla.
What about a hippopotamus mixed with a vending machine? The ultimate killer.
It makes no sense, Michael. Seriously, if you're gonna talk like
Is
that.
that a gorilla fucking the ground? Just right there? Yeah. What's he doing? He just laying pipe to the ground?
I don't know,
That's what I
but
would do if I
good
was
for
a gorilla.
you.
Probably scratching itself.
See, look,
Yeah,
a
look at
hippopotamus eating crocodiles.
It is eating a whole croc like
Like
it ain't
nothing.
Shit.
Yeah, like it's a burrito.
Straight up.
Just bit into a burrito for the start the day. A 10-foot. Did you just hit your head on the television?
Yeah, but I was cracking my neck. So
Well,
that's
that's
all I
alright.
felt was
People are
my
calling to
neck.
try and beat us, but there really is no point. Go ahead, Nick.
What about a vulture and a badger?
You're so stupid, Nick. Yes, no, I understand what it would be called, but
Like a honey badger? Is
He
that
just
the one?
wanted to say badger.
right.
Oh, that was his joke.
Yes.
No, we fell.
Oh, fuck.
Hello, James.
Hippopotamus and a lion.
No, a lion would drown.
Well, but a hippo's a land animal as well.
Yeah, but it can't hold its breath. It can hold its breath way more than a lion can. Lions are not very good underwater. It's a terrible mix.
You
It'll be
see the horse duck?
It'll be a lonely hippo, Michael, because it'll be in the ground a lot trying to hang up with lions, and lions would not hang
the
out
other
with it
one
because
at
it's a
the
hippo.
very corner. On the other side, the other way.
Judd, go ahead, Judd. Good luck. Here we go, Judd.
I'm saying it's hippopotamus. In Africa, and then it has 8 arms or tentacles coming out of its side.
Huh.
It can grab that gorilla and then just trounce it, bite it with its big old teeth.
I'm gonna put you on hold and send you a T-shirt.
Octopotamus is pretty solid. That could tear things apart.
Yeah, no, that's really dangerous. I mean, as long as it has hippo legs and the tentacles, because if it's just tentacles, then it's not coming out of the water.
And octopuses are highly intelligent, so
There's that too. The hippopotamus could change color, Jude, and turn into like a rock that it's next to, and then next thing you know, boom!
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The one I'm having for dinner tonight, though, couldn't have been that smart.
No.
You are so Japanese, Michael. And evil.
What do you do for that when you go octopus shopping? Like, what do you look for, like, in a good octopus?
They're all the same to
They're
me.
all the fucking-
Just raw. Just buy them at Whole Foods.
You're a fucking beast, bro.
Woo! That's a lot of
Snuff.
snuff you got there, champ.
Wake up. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so
God, just
Woo!
smoke cigarettes.
things
No way,
might
man.
no, because he can't smoke a cigarette in here, and now he conveniently just took a drag.
It
can
hurts
vape.
my
You can-
Joke's on
you
us.
can Chappelle.
the motherfucking the cigarettes. That's why my voice sounds like this. I had to quit.
But it's sultry.
I know, but like.
So
it
you're
just-
saying cigarettes made your career?
Yes, but if you keep going, it'll end the career. So you had to stop.
I don't see how anything can beat an hippopotamus, except Joel. What do you think?
I think a Tasmanian devil and a gorilla.
Moron.
Nope, they're not the Tasmanian. The Tasmanian devils get like fucking.
They're little. It's
And
ridiculous.
they spread like cancer on
Yeah.
each other.
Mike.
They bite each other's face. And
Mike,
die.
you want to defend the crocodile?
Oh, hell yeah, the crocodile. Have you guys ever seen a polar bear swim? That's considered an aquatic mammal. You get a polar bear in the water, like a crocodile the size of a polar bear, those polar bear claws.
Yeah, and it beats a hippo octopus.
I'm going.
Get off my phone.
I like the crocodile too, my man.
The crocodile sounds cool, but we all know that look, if it was a hippopotamus, the size of a hippopotamus, that had an octopus combined with it, so that means those tentacles, a hippopotamus could be underwater, Michael, and the tentacles could come out and grab you and pull you in.
Yeah,
is,
agreed.
is that what's winning right now? Is that the one that's winning?
I mean, I don't
Okay.
think to me, I don't see how do you beat that. I mean, an eagle bear is no joke. Eagle bear is no joke.
No. Total respect.
Yeah.
I mean, there can only be one winner, but that doesn't mean the rest of them are losers.
I believe that an eagle bear could live on a planet with those other guys, and like they would just stay away from each other. Every now and then they'd find each other, and it would be a dismal battle.
Look at
Mutual
that! Look at the
respect.
python just handling that fucking tiger right there, bro.
Man, is that real? I mean, why doesn't somebody help that? Oh wait, I think the tiger won. I mean, he looks like he's about to eat that. That snake looks dead. Anyway, yeah, there you go. We figured it all out. I don't know why anyone's calling it. Ooh, wait. Oh, listen. I mean, I started it. Jay, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Casual times.
Rhino.
How would that work?
Well, mix the rhino with the size, and it's got the armor skin, so it's real thick. But at the same time, it'd be able to get you with venom, either biting or with its horns.
Oh, he brought in the venom on a motherfucker.
Let me
bro.
think. Let me think about it, dude. Let me think about it.
Venom's pretty big.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
how
didn't
much
think
venom
about
does?
the
Do they
fucking
just
venom.
keep cranking venom all the time? Because if it's a street fight, how's
Like,
he?
it's a gang of them.
Yeah.
Keep doing.
Yeah, can they keep slapping out the fangs on people?
How
Yeah,
many shots?
Exactly.
How many shots does a poisonous snake get, like, per day? Can't be more than like 2, right?
Come on, Suri.
One will chill you out. You see one motherfucker go down, and you're like, hey.
I never thought about that. But if it's a rhino snake, it doesn't have. You can't have like a big long snake head on the front of it. It has to just have a snake face, right? It will make no sense if it
I
had
like
a-
how when you guys ask questions, Andrew just looks it up for you. I do that on my show, and it's just like I'm saying it into the wind.
How did people do? Well, I was gonna say, how did people do radio before this? I guess we could just ask you.
Yeah. You just say things out loud and then just hope that you can come up with the answer while fucking 4 people are in the room.
I
twiddling
swear,
it.
that used to be like a legitimate form of conversation. It's like, what was the name of that guy that was on that one show? And then just 4 idiots would sit there and try to figure it out for an hour and a half.
Man, that's how I do it on Electronics, and sometimes by myself, so I just never get to the answer ever. I just
Old
go,
school.
what if? Yeah.
Because we started in
You
that
know, that
era.
throwback shit, bro.
Making no sense all over the place. A shark porcupine? I mean, why are people... Betsy, don't even take these fools. Matt. Come on, Matt. A shark porcupine. What? Why?
What do you think? All right, okay.
What does it beat?
Try to get the tangle off a porcupine body. What great white shark?
You're just
What do
calling.
you think
You're
is
just...
the most, like... What's, like, the most bitch-made animal? Like a possum hamster? Or some shit like that?
Possum hamster?
Like the most punk-ass animal you could blend together. Like just a bitch-ass animal.
Oh.
You get fucked up.
Well, isn't a sloth super slow?
Yeah, sloth mixed with... What'd you mix that with?
Like a seahorse.
So just like a really...
It's just like a fucking... Yeah, it's like a buoy.
Wait, so it
out
has
there.
to stay in the
Where you
water
get
as well?
Fucked up, yeah.
So it's just like...
Just bobbing around.
Yeah.
Like soggy fur horse monkey thing just stuck on the bottom of the ground, just
That little rabbit poodle dog, that looks like a bitch made dog too. Yeah. Oh, this guy.
You start putting eagles with anything, you can't.
Gorilla pit. Damn, son.
Well, pits are already kind of gorilla-y.
Yeah.
Similar upper body build.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad I was able to sit in and just let my imagination go with you guys. I never would have thought that I'd be able to.
Hippo octopus. What's the name of it?
Hippopotamus.
A hippoptamus is by far the toughest thing out there in this world where I belong.
What do you rank?
I think the hippoptamus is number 1.
Okay.
Then I think gorillafant
Gorilla fin.
is number 2,
Okay.
and then I think that
the
the
eagle gorilla.
eagle gorilla, followed by
You
a
guys are
croco
really-
bear.
Yeah, you guys are really sleeping on my croco bear, dog.
Croco bear is probably like 6th. I think I just ranked it as a
Look at him!
5th.
Look at him as he gallops through the water. He's
I'm
so fucking majestic.
Think about how many other animals out there you could create together, and he's in the top 6, 5.
Yeah, I mean, what if this showdown is happening between the months of November and February when he's asleep?
Ooh! You just got served. You hear that, Jude? You're not even there for half the fight.
I was getting a text, so that argument doesn't count.
Oh, good point. Good point. Man, I got to use that one. That's great.
If I wasn't paying attention to it, it didn't happen.
That's excellent.
My
Solid-
eyes are closed. You
solid
can't
logic.
see me. All right, gentlemen, I got to get the fuck gone.
You do.
Thanks for letting me duck in briefly. I appreciate that shit.
There it is.
Hey,
Hummingbird.
$2. You can get it for
What?
$2 on Kindle right now, man. Like, no fucking excuses. Go to Amazon.com. You get it for. It's like stealing. It's like
How
fucking
about,
stealing.
I don't have a Kindle.
It's if you got a phone, you got a Kindle.
Oh, okay. I got a Kindle.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a Kindle.
Yeah, if you got a phone, if you got one of them computer phones, you're fucking set.
Yeah, I didn't know I had a Kindle either.
Yeah, Kindle it up, my
That's
man.
great news.
All right, y'all be well.
Now I'm really not going to use that Kindle I've got.
Wait, did I just say that out loud? Nah.
$1.99? Are you out of your mind?
Is it really $1.99?
Yeah, it's $1.99 for all month of
You're
February.
practically giving it away.
It's like stealing.
God,
It really
and
is.
I know what Amazon takes, so it really is a labor of
I'm-
love.
I'm
you
here-
probably owe Amazon like $4 for every one of those. You
I'm,
sell.
yeah, I'm losing money on each one of these.
I bet
just,
you are.
I'm just trying to get the word out. That's
Yeah,
all.
sure, I get it. Great idea.
All right, y'all be well.
Yeah, Amazon are cock suckers.
Yeah, they
Why
get
would they do?
Oh, they
It's very
get you.
expensive. Okay, let me tell you what Amazon did.
Later, Jude. Peace.
It's real simple, and this is why monopolies are bad. And Amazon accounts for like over half of all online sales on the entire internet. What they do is, and I don't know if this is always their plan, but this is what they do now. They showed up and they gave people like deals that were like too good to be true, and made everybody fall in love with it. And then they made everybody like depend on it, and made everybody sign up for like Prime and stuff. And then they start putting the screws into the people that are actually making and selling the shit. But Amazon is so big that you can't not sell shit through Amazon.
So wait,
like Amazon, I just know because I sell books on Amazon. Like, Amazon free shipping. There's no such thing as goddamn free shipping.
you pay for
Yeah,
it.
the post office isn't doing it for free. Amazon for damn sure isn't paying for it. The person who offers you free shipping, which you have to do, you can't not offer Prime because everybody wants to use Prime. Well, guess who's fucking paying for that? And that's on top of Amazon's huge fucking bite that they take out of every sale.
Wow.
I feel bad at this point. I bought something that came in the mail and it was like a towel rack. And I actually feel bad that I got it, and I was like, I can't close. You're supposed to hang over a door, but you can't close the door once you put it on.
Yeah.
So it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I got to send it back.
Yeah.
And I feel shitty to know that person's going to eat the shipping getting it to me and the shipping going back to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Amazon's not paying for that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. But it's a
But
monopoly.
it's still.
But you can't not do it.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to come in if you're gonna do that.
Okay, I won't come in.
No, you can't do that. I want you to come
You also
in.
can't do that.
Why can't you come in? Slapping that ass. Everybody who's on the phone with your scorpion elephants and shit need to get off! Get off my phones! It's over! If you want to vote for it another day, maybe we'll go to it. But I don't think we're that desperate. I'm just fucked up in the head. Somebody DM'd me, a soldier, shout out to the troops, said he saw my prescription to the antibiotics I'm on, said that he had crazy dreams and that he gets sunburnt super easy, so watch out for the sun. So shout out to that guy and the troops.
Crazy dreams are kind of awesome.
Yeah. So that might have something to do with the elephant.
Agreed. So what were you saying about Amazon and eBay?
Oh, well, like eBay does the same thing, because
Right.
I recently sold some stuff on eBay, and yeah, people want free shipping. I elected not to do that, but you're more likely to sell your stuff if you offer free shipping, but yeah, you eat that cost.
Right, but that doesn't make it right. My point is
No,
that
I know.
Amazon and eBay, but to a greater extent Amazon, which kind of drank eBay's milkshake, they got everybody hooked on, like, if it's not, like, when I put this book out with this Austin Aries food fight, it's available now, please buy it through our website, not through Amazon. You put out a book and people are like, is it on Amazon? Because, like, if it's not on Amazon, it doesn't exist. Not like, is it available online? Not, is there any other website I can get it from? Amazon. People want to use Amazon, and that frees up Amazon to fuck over the sellers.
Hey, look.
And it's a monopoly.
It's the same thing with iTunes. It's the same thing
Yes.
with all that stuff. Because put out that album on CD Baby, which will send out the CDs, and they'll put it on iTunes and stuff. But iTunes takes their chunk.
See, just to me, iTunes takes like 30%. I don't consider that crazy. I understand why
Cable companies,
cable companies are disgusting.
There's
That's why I use Dish.
Nice.
Yes.
We don't have one today, do we? It's a free one.
Every day's a Dish live. Read in my heart.
Everybody's getting all they can. That's the way it is. Squeezing every penny out of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Think about Amazon. They're public enemy number one in retail in my mind now.
Wow.
Have you tried with your crazy dreams? Have you tried lucid dreaming?
What do you mean tried it? You get to choose?
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Well, I didn't believe it, but I tried it, and it works. There are several different methods and things that you do to get into lucid dreaming. One of them is, as soon as you wake up and remember a dream, you write it down. There's binaural beat that you can listen to. There's suggestion. There's, as you go to sleep, you say, I will know that I'm in my dream, blah, blah, blah. And it worked for me. I had crazy, vivid dreams, and I knew that I was dreaming, and I was in it, and I could control stuff, and it was a pretty amazing experience.
Yeah? What'd you do?
just whatever I wanted to. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
like what?
I don't know if there's.
Who'd you fuck?
I know, right?
No, it's
Did you
not
kill
like
anybody?
that. No, because
Did you fly?
Probably, yeah. Because when you're in
What do you mean probably? I thought you said they lose it like you remember, you know. Them.
Yeah, you do. But this has been at least a couple of years ago. So but you all of a sudden you're realize you're in a dream, but you're in a situation. Like, hey, I'm on a bus with a bunch of chickens. So really, the things that you would do would probably involve your surroundings.
So it's not so much about creating it out of whole cloth. It's just that when you find yourself in a weird dream scenario, you're aware that you're dreaming.
Yeah.
And can act with some intention.
Yeah, but also you can. I'm sure if you get good at it, you can say, okay, now I want to be in Korea on a bus full of dogs or whatever. Just make up any scenario.
The
No.
closest I ever got to that is when you're like dreaming and then you kind of realize that you're dreaming. So you're like, well, what if I just turn over here, and your brain clearly hadn't planned to put anything behind that particular door, and then it's got to improvise on the fly. And you get some real half-assed thing behind door number 2.
Right. Like a bus full of chickens.
If it was so good, why didn't you keep doing it?
I have crazy sleep disorders, so this leads me to hypnotism. I went to a hypnotist about 5 years ago, and the hypnotist hypnotized me and gave me a recording of the hypnosis session. And I've never listened to the whole recording because I always fall asleep during listening to the hypnosis session.
You're that boring?
No, it's not. No, what? No, it's just,
Oh, he says some stuff on a tape and you just do it and go to sleep.
Yeah. It really helps.
But why don't you do the lucid thing anymore?
Because I'd rather actually get real solid sleep. I think that's way more important than having some cool dreams.
Right, so it's not that cool after all.
I thought it was way cool.
Sleep's cooler though.
Yeah, as you get older,
I'm old.
you learn to value sleep a great deal.
Yeah.
Those are really cool, interesting arees. To me, they
just happen every now and then. That'll do. I feel like if it happened every night, it's kind of like a workout in itself. I feel like if it's one thing after another, even if it's just talking to somebody, I got to get by myself. You got to get alone and not think about stuff for a little bit. I think that's why sleep is so important. But if you can do it while you're conscious, it's pretty cool too.
But isn't dreaming supposed to be your mind basically processing what's happened that day?
Okay, have you ever had a dream where you did a lot of stuff and you woke up and you felt like stressed for the whole day because of how much stuff happened in your head when you were asleep?
No, but I can understand what you're talking about.
Well, that's how I see it. I feel like
if you do a lot of stuff in your dream, you're like worn out.
Well, it depends. If it's just constant victories, then maybe sure, but it ain't ever that. It's like the things. Every now and then, if I have dreams that are like things that I have to deal with, things that aren't even real, and then I wake up after dealing with them, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm drained. I feel like I didn't get as much rest as when I wake up and I just had a sleep and I woke up in the morning and that's the end of it.
Most every I've been in radio
Can I get salsa, Betsy?
For a very long time, and most every single person that I know in radio has had the dream where they can't get anything to go out over the air. Have you had that dream?
No.
I actually haven't for a long time, and truthfully, I credit Andrew and Kevin for this because I think I feel less responsibility than I used to for like the nuts and bolts of getting a broadcast on the air. But I used to have dreams all the time where we were doing a remote broadcast, and I couldn't find everybody else from the show, or something wasn't working from us trying to broadcast from somebody's house or like a club or something like that.
Oh, I've had that then.
Yeah, I've had that many times.
Yeah, I think probably, I don't think it's just specific to radio. I think if you are, in any industry, if you're a pilot, you dream about, I can't get the controls to work or whatever.
Waiters always talk about waiter dreams.
That doesn't make me tired in the morning.
Yeah, I used to have the one when I was a server where I remember I'd be looking around and all my tables were waiting for stuff, and I'd be making a pot of coffee and the thing would break, so I actually had to hold the pot painstakingly while the coffee dripped in, and I would just be looking around at all the things I needed to be doing, unable to move because of the coffee pot.
See, I have dreams like if I feel like maybe falling or something, and then I'll grab onto something to try to pull myself up, and then I'll watch my hands freeze and fall apart and get blown away like dust. And I'll wake up and be like, man, you know? And it wasn't, I made that a fast story. You know what I mean? That was that took a long time.
For your hand to freeze, turn into dust.
Yeah, well,
falling.
before that I was fighting to survive, and then in the end I just turned to dust and blew away. And then I wake up in the morning, I'm like, man, what a workout, you know? I don't want to do that.
That's deep.
I like it when I wake up and I'm like, whew, hey, hi, kitty, because the kitty wakes me up and I'm like, oh, hi, the Boomby. And then I pat the Boomby and then I go outside, drink some water, and do some front kicks to the wall. That's a good day. Or if the sun's shining, I get to look at the sun. That's pretty cool.
The one I hate is when you get up in the morning and have a shower and get ready for work and go down to the car, and then you wake up and none of that stuff has happened.
Never done that.
No, that's a terrible one.
That is.
But you have to go through it all again.
It's a fascinating fantasy life. You
I know, right?
That's what I did in my lucid dream.
What a wild existence.
I'm gonna scrub extra hard. I will clean the fuck out of myself.
How did you do that?
I don't know. But were you scared of nightmares when you were a kid? Like
don't
before
remember.
you go to sleep at night, would you be like, "Oh God, I hope I don't have a nightmare"?
No.
Me neither.
I mean, I thought I had nightmares.
Yeah. Well, because now, I have very, I think as you get older, you have way less nightmares, but they're pretty horrific when you do, You wake up thinking somebody in your family's been murdered or whatever. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I don't...
Well, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I feel like a nightmare has to be like a monster thing and you're a kid.
As soon as you turn 50, every night you dream that somebody in your family's been murdered. No, that doesn't happen.
No, I have nightmares. I told you I had some weird, like, zombie Walking Dead one
Yes.
recently. I don't think that the nature of them has changed. I'm sure I had different nightmares when I was 5 years old and had a very, very simple view of the world. And kids just have that instinct. Like, kids are supposed to be afraid of the dark. Because back in the day when you were, like, cave people, if there was something in the dark, you didn't stand a chance like an adult man might.
Right.
That's biology. But I don't know. I feel like I have pretty much the same nightmares. And usually it's about the tone. It's not like so much. If I told you plot, point for point what happened, you wouldn't be scared. But I was like, they had to be there. It was really fucking scary.
There was scary music playing.
It was just fucking scary. Yeah, there was just this fucking weird bad vibe to the whole thing.
I feel like I've done like a bunch of stuff in my dreams, or like I might have even, because I've looked back in the past on drugs. And I've done like things with doctors, and I've done things with people. What's the people that make you remember stuff from the past?
Quacks.
Sure, may as well. But a bunch of people have done stuff where I've had to be in there and be somewhat, like you're saying, that lucid thing, somewhat in the moment, like I really was back in that time. Like, so it's a dream. It's not real, but I'm back there, and I've had to act out things. So I feel like whenever I have, because I recently had we talked about what would be a nightmare, where a shark, I just straight up, like I woke up from it, like a shark, I was losing, like it got me and I was dying and I woke up. So, if I was 8, that's a nightmare. Yeah. But I just woke up and I was like, you watch Jaws like once a week, dude. I'm glad, to me it's like, because Katie was there. I'm glad you still have to constantly remind yourself that if death comes, because death surely, Jason, is coming for anybody you know and your family, and if it does, you will die for them. So that's great to constantly remind yourself of that. I feel like that's some weird insecurity thing where I don't like myself, so in my dreams I act out like heroic ways to die for people. Because I don't understand why I need to have dreams like that.
Most the suffering hero fantasy. I don't know how this plays into dreams.
But I don't. It's not a fantasy. I don't want to die. I don't want a shark to eat me.
I'm
not gonna lie. I think it would be pretty cool if a shark bit me and it was on video.
And you had a cool scar. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I don't want to like get eaten.
I've always
by a
thought the
shark.
same thing about being shot.
Yeah.
I don't want to get killed, but I think it would be cool to get shot.
It's way cooler than being molested.
Yeah, I'd rather be shot.
Right? Me too. I wish I had crazy dreams about being shot when I was a kid. Dad chased me around trying to shoot me. Oh, maybe it'd be better.
That probably
it
has
is.
its own set of bad
Yeah. I just realized, wow, that is a fucking sad story.
And then one other weird question. I'm sorry. Do you or have you ever had recurring dreams where you had the same dream over and over and over?
Oh, wow.
I have not.
I mean, not exactly, but I've had the same, the tight pants thing. I can't run away because my pants are tight. It's happened more than once, or it's like slow, or I can fly and then I can't fly, or the one where I swoop down on people, and I obviously have a monster's face, or maybe it's just the fact that I'm swooping down on people and I can fly, but I feel that I'm definitely some sort of evil-looking thing that is scaring the living crap out of everybody, and I'm loving it. And that one's happened tons of times.
Even if you just looked like yourself and you were swooping down on people, that would be
I was absolutely positive, because I wasn't me. I was absolutely positive that because I would sometimes just come down and there'd be groups of people and people would just they'd run and I would like grab them and try to pick them up and drop them and stuff.
I only had one recurring dream, and it was when I was a kid, and it was like every night for a year. I would dream that I would be in a donut shop with my mom, and then this evil lady came out and told me she was going to turn me into a wasp, and then I woke up. The end.
You never turned into the wasp?
Never turned into the wasp.
Yeah, and I never have good conversations with anybody. You know, it's very basic.
I always have terrible sex.
Yeah, oh man, if you want to talk about that, I don't think I can't finish. It's usually, to me, it's like death, insertion. There's just a couple of ones where it's happened plenty of times, but as soon as it happens, I'm awake. It's an immediate awake, and the older I get, the smaller amount of time I'm awake after it happens. You know what I mean? Like, I wake up now and I'm like, wow, that was pretty crazy. Who cares?
I would just really like to find out what that's all about.
They don't mean anything. Sometimes, look, to me it's very obvious. Sometimes it's like a TV show or a movie thing you watched, or a little snippet of somebody telling you a story along with your real life. Like, it's so obvious to me. Like, to read into them, like, no, this is talking to you. It's telling you that watch out, there's a building that's going to fall on you if you go to this town. Like, nah, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about, like, a white cat means good luck.
It's just
I'm
what you think about all the time.
No, but I'm thinking, is it only just some random synapses firing off that, like, didn't settle down for the day? Or is it, or could it be that you are actually working out some sort of information in your mind? It's
you're working it out. I mean, you know what? Working it out might, sure, but you also, because to me, I feel like I do it all day when I'm conscious. Whatever I'm doing, whatever I talk about, I mean, the elephant thing, it's all in there all day. It all goes in there all day, and sometimes I pay attention to it and I record it. Sometimes it just goes flying in and flying out, and I don't know what the hell just happened. I'm trying to sort stuff out, and sometimes I think about it all day and try to sort it out, and I don't ever sort it out. So I feel like sometimes when you're sleeping, your brain might be subconsciously trying to sort it all out, and it doesn't sort it all out. You know, like, I feel like stressful people have stressful sleeps.
The only reason I say that is because almost everything that we do serves some sort of, that happens to us naturally, serves some sort of evolutionary purpose. So you would think there is a purpose to you dreaming.
You would, wouldn't you? So I think they recently kind of figured out why we sleep, because it seems like it's just self-evident you need to sleep, but why? And the major function, other than your body repairing itself and resting and stuff like that, is the brain literally accumulates like brain garbage, and that is when you sleep, your brain takes out the trash, and that's one of the reasons why if you don't sleep for a very, very long time, it becomes really bad for your health. It's toxic.
Yeah.
That shit needs to go. So your brain is taking out the trash. Now, if I took out the trash from your house, maybe I could learn something about you. Maybe it would tell me nothing. It's clearing out all the shit that's been going around in there. Some of the things that happen in your day are basically meaningless. Some of them are very, very meaningful, and usually your garbage would be a combination of both, and that's what dreams are.
Dreams are like a poopy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your brain is
It's a
taking up-
mind poopy.
It's a
Your brain-
mind
Your
poop.
brain, like, consolidates, right? We know that, right? Like, if I asked you what happened yesterday, you
Instead
could
of
tell
saying
me-
I'm going to bed, I'm going to say I'm going to take a mind poopy.
That's what
Yeah.
it is. No, if I asked you what you did yesterday, you could tell me in pretty elaborate detail. But
Right.
if I asked you what you did a week ago today, if you could remember at all, you'd pretty much just give me the bullet points. That's why your brain has been taking out the shit that it doesn't need. I mean, I'm being a little overly simple now. It's not exactly what sleep is, but it is.
But can't you be hypnotized into like going back and remembering what happened last Tuesday?
You believe that you have total recall of everything that's ever
No,
happened,
but-
you just can't access it?
Well, it has been used successfully, and police have used it. It's not like using a psychic to know where the body is. It's like, okay, it's in there somewhere. What's the license plate of that car or whatever? People can remember details.
There's more in our brain than we can readily access, but we don't have a complete body cam recording
Right.
of everything.
Right.
So some of it just literally does get taken out.
Brain poops.
Mind
poops.
Yeah.
Mind poopy.
Yeah, people can look up the science. I'm sure I'm bludgeoning it, but that's the basic idea.
Woke up from a mean mind poopy. Straight outside. That's awesome. Aw, look at him taking a mean mind poopy. We'll be back.
Mind poop. I'm gonna go to bed taking mind poop.
We'll come back with a video that Jason sent me, and then straight into your news. So I think
I'll go in there after the video.
I think you being in studio for discussion about the video.
Is there a commercial?
No. But we have a guest in the last hour, so you should be able to focus on your work. Thanks. Thanks for the coffee you bought it, Larry.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Jason, you guys want extra cameras?
What?
You want extra cameras for the interview today?
Oh, yeah. Who's coming in? What's the guy? Jeremy Steven. Yeah, what is his speed? He's an MMA fighter. Oh. Lil Heathen.
Oh, why didn't you just say Lil Heathen from the start?
Is he also a rapper?
He should be. Maybe he will be today. You can have a rap off.
He really loves the Jets in that club.
Turnabout is fair play, Andrew.
When was the last time I've been like, oh, hate beans should really do that?
You
song?
did it enough so that I have
can't
plenty
remember
left
it.
over.
You can't recall. It didn't happen.
my wife was incredibly happy about me saying we'll plan it for next year.
Yeah.
So thank you for that advice.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't
I
necessarily...
think I was going to come to that anyway, but I was just like,
Yeah.
I was going to hang on to it for another couple of days.
It doesn't necessarily have to be next year. I mean, we have a lot of vacation time, you know.
I know. Just that one though, because she's more scared than I am, and I understand because 2 years ago I would have been in the same boat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucking terrifying.
I don't want to do it.
Porn star saying racial slurs. So the Davina Davis video into Will's news, and Will in for the video.
Yep.
Faction Talk. The Jason Ellis Show is home to Andrew the Giant Producer, a farting, lying, CrossFit Metallica fan.
Sin and P in the video fights. Looking for you to start a fight. Run it. On our way out of it. Doing a giant. Running. On our way out. Do we believe in lions? Say searching. And then destroy. Searching.
Yes, do you believe in lions, everybody?
Rah!
I follow a lot. Everyone knows that I have friends in the adult film industry, and I follow a lot of them. Michael doesn't.
Like Helen Mirren?
I don't follow her. Who's that?
She's an adult film star.
Yeah, I don't follow that lady.
No. She's an adult film star.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's a difference.
What a difference a comic can make.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I know some people don't like it, but it's an industry and they make lots of money. Well, at least the person that owns the bunch of dudes seem to make a lot of money. I don't know how much the chicks make, but anyway, it's an industry, and somebody brought to my attention that this girl is dropping N-bombs, and she's got a weird opinion about ethnicities, and I just, she sleeps with black guys on camera, and I'm just calling bullshit, and I'm putting this chick on blast a little bit, because I'm like, you can't just do that. Just because you're a porn star doesn't mean you get away with doing that. Like if somebody else did that in another industry, they'd be chastised for it. I don't think it's right.
So let's see the video.
Yeah, you tell me.
Yep. You know. Oh, you.
Okay, so she.
I think the guy filming it is a black guy.
She says that she had seen some funny video about Donald Trump and was doing a Donald Trump impression, and that she's and that she's half Mexican, and the guy, her boyfriend who filmed it is black.
I mean, she does sleep with black guys.
Yeah, but
Well, then why is that video out there making it look like that? You know, like
Because he hates her now. They used to be going out, and now he hates her.
oh, so he just like edited it to make it look like that?
It is edited. I mean, clearly it's edited. I don't know. I'm not. I'm just offering her side of it.
Does she have another video of an excuse?
I've not seen another
Oh.
of an excuse. There's a video that started this whole thing where she drops the N-bomb.
Oh, and another video.
Yes, that, and this was the first one, and then this website was sent a follow-up, which is the one we just watched.
Well, what's the other one? Quiet. Okay, is that the same day? Because it doesn't look like the same day to me.
One is she's on the bed, the second video she's on the toilet.
It's the same day?
Hard to tell. It's not at the exact same time.
Oh, let's see now. I'm glad that we did it on the show because I don't know. I just feel like why I don't know people that say that. I really don't. I mean, I don't think I've
No, not even joking. Agreed.
No, exactly. If somebody was saying that as a joke, I would not be friends.
Man,
with
I
them.
don't know. I'm trying to feel like, you know, like if your black and Mexican friends are there and it's like it's you know, I mean, you're blacked out, wasted, and they're your best friends. Okay, but if it's just like you get drunk and you say that, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think of like a circumstance where she could say that, and I'm like, well, you had to be there. You know, that was cool.
This is what I do all the time is, you know, I say, you know, I don't have enough information. I don't know what else was going on. I don't know what the circumstances are, but I just...
Where's the Trump accent?
Yeah, exactly. If you were doing a Trump impersonation, wouldn't you be trying to speak like him instead of being like...
At least flip your hair around.
Exactly.
Swirl it up.
Yeah. I mean,
Any girl can do that.
That looks terrible.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, I say a lot of bad stuff on the radio. We use a lot of bad words. Kids should not listen to the show probably because of it. But I don't hate anybody. I mean, I guess that's kind of a lie. I mean, I don't like some people that are you know, that I've met in the world, but I don't think that you should hate
a class of people.
Yeah, I mean,
race.
dude, I'm pretty. Look, I have to hang out in Beverly Hills, and I don't like it. I feel like everybody is not my kind of people. That's kind of racist in a way, but I don't. You know, I mean, I don't wish death on rich people or Jewish people or Persian people. I just want to, you know, what I mean, move to the beach is what I want to do. I want to get out of their hair. I don't want to cause a. I don't hate anybody. That's as close as I can get to being racist. You know. Same as when I lived in. Sorry, Michael. When I lived in Hollywood. And everybody was Croatian or some shit, and everybody was like trying to fight my wife and shit in parking in my driveway and stuff. I started to feel I was like, I don't want to live here. But I didn't think death to Croatians, and if somebody can get away with beating up, I don't know what they are. I didn't care. I was just like, I fucking hate living here. Everybody is vibing me because I'm not Croatian.
Well, it's funny the Russian community.
That's my racism. That's my racism.
That I remember one time I went when I first moved to town. I was looking to rent a room on Craigslist, and it was a Russian girl it was her apartment, and I tried to be friendly, and I was like, oh, I go to that that one Russian bakery. I'm assuming we both hang. You must spend time in the little Russian neighborhood over by Whole Foods, and she's like, oh, fuck those people. Let me tell you why all those people are pieces of shit.
Oh, wow.
So she was like, I don't know, thought she was the cool Russian who could tell you what was wrong with... Here's what's... like, I've met Mexicans who will tell you what's wrong with Mexicans. This was a Russian telling you what's wrong. Obviously, that didn't apply to her. That's what
right.
The trash was.
It never does, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there's people in Australia that would say that there's a shitty class of Australian, and I would have been in it.
Oh, I'm in the American version of that.
Right.
I'm, look, there are Southern people and there are rednecks.
Yeah, okay.
And, look, I come from the South. My parents was Southern. They weren't rednecks, but, I belong to that portion of the United States that people, would most look down on.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, if you're thinking about what consequences would happen to this chick, I would say that they would be none. I think you'd need to be a name brand porn star to have anything happen to you.
Let me ask you this, Michael. Is it as offensive as Hulk Hogan?
I don't really care what some porn chick does.
No, but if they were on the same scale of celebrity, like what he said and what she said, which is more offensive to you?
Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Because there's like she says, "Oh, I was just I'm parodying other people who say shit like that." Okay, maybe, possibly, it is a pretty heavily edited video for Hulk Hogan to specifically talk about what kinds of races of dudes he doesn't want fucking his daughter. There's just no angle on that.
Okay, I forgot that he said that. Yeah, good point.
There's no angle on that whatsoever. But like realistically, most porn seems to end up on like the tube sites, and you don't even know the name of the person you're jerking off to. And even if her name was on it, all she would need to do is change her name to like Shalimar Fox.
Right. Look, I just think everybody needs to, because I was just bringing up yesterday that people get too touchy with all kinds of words, but I think there's certain things that you just, I agree with everybody on. I'm like, you can't say that. I'm like, don't watch what everybody watch what you're doing, even if you're joking around. You could really bum somebody out with that. Because, let's say she really didn't mean any of it, and it really is a joke, and there's nothing to it at all. Well, I guarantee you fucking hurt somebody with that.
Yeah, do you, I mean, the question you got to ask yourself is, do you want to hurt other people? And if you don't, then you should try not to. That's pretty easy.
It's not. I hurt people all the time, and I really do not try to. Sometimes I feel like I try to help people, and it turns out I hurt them.
That sounds like something a married guy would say. That's my experience, anyway.
Okay, well, I haven't.
Hey, I did the dishes. You put them in the dishwasher wrong, you idiot.
No, I get a pat on the back for when I make stuff that I leave a certain kind of mess, and she thinks it's cute because she can tell that if I make an effort, then it's even cuter because it's like, oh, Petard tried to clean up. She can tell that I made an effort. I get away with it. I'm very happy with my. I do not.
Sounds pretty good.
I do not get in trouble for like plates being messy.
Yeah.
Speaking of porn stars in the news, I don't know if you care. Jenna Jameson in a little Twitter spat with Chelsea Handler over comments Chelsea Handler made about Donald Trump.
You know what's weird? I follow Nikki Benz, and Nikki Benz said that she unfollowed Chelsea Handler today. So what happened?
So Chelsea Handler said there is an entire generation of children whose first memory of their president is a man who supports child molesters, wife beaters, Russian hacking, and porn stars. It's a responsibility to make that a memory and not a consistency. We all have a moral obligation. Keep going.
So naturally,
he supports child molesters.
Okay, I'll tell you.
And porn stars.
Wait,
right.
whoa.
Okay, I will. That is, I would assume, a reference to the Roy Moore guy who ran for Senate, who was accused by those underage girls.
Okay.
And he is back in that deal.
Trump totally endorsed it, made phone calls on his behalf and stuff like that,
And might have known that?
Oh, fuck yeah, everybody knew that.
But obviously, Jenna Jameson would get upset at her putting porn stars basically in the same sentence as child molesters.
That's precisely what it was, right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jenna tweeted, she just put porn stars in the same category as child molesters and domestic abusers. Let that sink in. Not very feminist of you. May I suggest sobriety, Chelsea?
Boy.
Or if you want a drink, just come on over.
Oh, was it now? Because I saw Nikki Benz say that she's unfollowing Chelsea because Chelsea did drugs on the street on her show or something, and I'm like, what?
I have no idea. Maybe she did.
Did she? Andrew, you seem like you know. What's wrong with that? I mean, that's not doing. I mean, you can say that, but that's not. Like when I saw that on Twitter, I was like, did she go somewhere and like do cocaine on TV on a Netflix special?
And if she did,
I'm still her prerogative.
Right.
But ayahuasca's more of a medicine. I would argue. I mean, yes, it is a drug, but when you call it a drug, you're kind of being a little. You're just like fuck you on it. Like I feel like if she went to do an ayahuasca trip, it's not. Exactly.
Right.
She was also smoking weed with Willie Nelson.
Wow, that's about the coolest thing you can do in life.
I don't think Nikki Benz was referring to that. You know what? Maybe this is what it all is here. Maybe she's done something that.
Well, here's what I would say. If I said, Will, you need to get a new circle of friends. You hang out with racists and murderers and wife beaters and I don't know, people who don't pay their parking tickets. You're just hanging out with the wrong crowd. Have I equated people who don't pay parking tickets to all the other things?
No.
I don't believe I have.
No, but if I say to you, Charlie, you're hanging out with murderers, racists, and Australians.
Hey,
then I have done that. I mean, I have said
Well,
this
you
is
said
a
that they're all.
group of.
You said that they're all bad. I don't think you've said that they're all as bad as one another. I also tend to agree. I would prefer a president who didn't hang out with porn stars. Granted, Donald Trump didn't hang out with porn stars. He hasn't done it since he was president, and he was like a reality star. It's less shocking that he would be hanging out, that he would take some pictures with Stormy Daniels.
I just feel like everybody should get
Hang
along. I
out.
feel like Jenna Jameson and Nikki Benz and Chelsea Handler all have something in common here. You know, like I feel like you're getting butthurt about her putting the porn star in there. I mean, I don't think she thinks... You know, we're talking about a president can't sleep with a porn star. He also cannot back up a dude who is allegedly a child molester. But you know, they're bringing him up in a line of these are the things that you can't do when you're a president. Jenna Jameson is missing the point. She's attacking the guy that I'm assuming Jenna Jameson. Oh yeah, doesn't like Donald Trump because I know her ex-husband loves Donald Trump, so that would mean that she would hate him even more so.
I don't know about that, but yeah, maybe.
Okay, well that's what I would assume. She doesn't like Trump. Well, they both don't like Trump. Don't get so touchy. She didn't mean porn stars are child molesters.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
she
very
was-
obvious she didn't mean that.
Agreed.
No,
So fucking, you know what I mean? It's like you're attacking. There's just no point. You're getting butthurt about a person who I believe Chelsea Handler kind of stands up for women's rights, and I'm not sure if Chelsea Handler's against pornography, but I'm pretty sure she's okay with it. I mean,
Look, the
she seems
president.
like she talks about fucking a lot of people herself, right?
Yeah, but the president. What? He had a picture taken with a porn chick.
No, dude, she
Before
fu-
he was president, and you want to say hanging out with porn chicks is bad.
Dude, to me,
If I'm a
if
porn
that
chick,
dude
I'm
fucking
pissed.
talking about grabbing chicks by the pussy, he can do whatever he wants. That's worse than fucking a porn star before you became the president.
Yeah, but that's
That's your
even-
fucking game.
Yeah.
Your mentality is, if you're not looking, I just grab chicks by the pussy. Not even joking, random TV guy. Not even joking. That means
Yeah, but that's-
I'm way more in fear of that dude existing than one time. Because he, like Michael said, he was a fucking reality. That TV show is a fucking embarrassment. And he was on it.
I
That was
agree
his
with
claim
all
to
that.
fame.
I-
So of course he fucked a porn star.
Hey, look, I don't know who he fucked.
What
or
even
not,
before that?
But he just.
I mean, he's kind of the grossest dude that's ever existed before the TV show. He's like a New York pimp slut whore. He's like fucking cocaine convertible Porsche fucking like hooker like New York the TV shows that they do with the Tom Cruise and shit. Like he's the fucking real guy.
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't. He doesn't drink or do drugs.
I know Michael says that he believes that, but I like okay, sure, but.
Yeah, I believe that he's sober. I totally.
But he definitely has never hidden that he's not a womanizer.
Right,
So-
and Will, you well know, of course, these are allegations and back and forth, and
Yeah.
you know, and she denies it and all that, but you know that he's accused, somewhat credibly, of doing more than posing for a photo with Stormy Daniels.
No, I didn't know that. I try to not watch the news.
Okay, so what
Oh
happened?
wait, you didn't know that?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
so what
wow,
happens
well
is
done.
She denies that the story came out that she'd been paid hush money to say that she didn't fuck him right before the election, and she consistently denies that she fucked him. But then they found a bunch of interviews she did from way before the election, like 2006, where she describes in graphic detail her relationship with him.
Okay, we had a president who, in office, fucked an intern.
Yep, and
Wh-
lied about it under oath.
Yes. And what's the difference in having sex with a porn chick and an intern? I mean, is one worse than the other? I would say having sex with someone who's under you, not
In the
physically.
office.
Yeah, but in the Oval Office, when they basically you are
think she
the
was more
commander,
waist level.
you are the commander in chief.
Yes. No, it's the most
know.
unprofessional thing you can do.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Yeah,
No.
right. But the point is they're both things I would prefer to my president not do.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, your president has sex.
He can't control his penis, and a lot of men cannot control their penis, but I am aware of men controlling their penis all the way till their death.
Yeah,
Some men have done that.
absolutely.
So when I know that some men have done that, I expect the President of the United States to be one of those people.
But I mean, come on.
I just feel like
Bill
military. I feel like
Clinton,
military.
JFK. There's so many presidents.
You're loose. You're a little loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's plenty of presidents who didn't. I don't think George W. Bush went around. Well, who knows? But nobody ever credibly accused him of anything. I don't think Ronald Reagan was going around fucking people.
Abraham Lincoln didn't do it. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea what I'm talking about.
There's a class of people who believe that he was gay.
Is there?
The gay Republicans are known as the log cabin Republicans because of the theory that Lincoln was a Republican and Lincoln was gay.
But is that like a weird,
log cabin Republicans are fairly mainstream.
Wait, was he also a vampire killer, really?
Okay, now.
Okay.
Well, his ability to travel time made it so that he could completely erase all evidence of that.
Good.
I know it's incredibly naive, but I do think that there are great men and women who are also good men and women, and it doesn't seem like it should be impossible that we find one to be the president.
Agreed. Fair enough.
Look, this is what we've got, and you've got to live with it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, it's a fair and free election, and, these are the results. So get over it. Now for the news. Turn my headphones up. Yeah. Today is Fat Tuesday.
You mean, Obese Tuesday?
No. Well, yeah. Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Obese Tuesday, you could call it that.
How's that work?
It's a Catholicism thing.
Catholics.
I guess Lent starts tomorrow, and so today you just do
Is that when you put the cross on your head?
That's Ash Wednesday.
I think tomorrow is Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
I saw an article today about, like, can Christians fuck on Valentine's Day?
Wait, why couldn't they fuck on Valentine's Day?
Because it's Ash Wednesday. I didn't click.
What
on
does
it.
that
I
mean?
didn't give a shit. But
What's Ash Wednesday again?
Ash Wednesday is you put the when people walk
Yeah,
around
why?
the black cross,
Yeah, I know the cross. But
And
why?
you say you missed a spot.
you burn the palms from Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes no sense. What's that mean?
Look, it's the beginning of Lent, where you're supposed to give up something for a certain, what is it, 6 weeks?
I think it's 40 days,
yeah.
and that leads up to Easter, which is when Jesus died.
Yeah, so you give up something. So on Fat Tuesday, you do it up. You eat, you drink, you fuck, you do whatever. Because everything's going to be okay on Ash Wednesday. And it also signifies the last day of Mardi Gras, which is where I'm going with this.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and, Mardi Gras, they throw out a lot of beads.
Wait, when's that? This weekend?
Well, no, it's today. Today's the very last day of Mardi Gras.
You can do it now. You can...
Fat Tuesday.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, it'll be over
I missed
after.
it.
So not, yeah.
Could I get on a plane and go there now?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you could probably catch the tail end of it. Millions of pounds of debris were removed from the drainage system in New Orleans just a couple of weeks ago. More than 47 tons of Mardi Gras beads were pulled out of their system.
Enough is enough.
I will absolutely vouch for that. I was there in July, and there's like more trees than not that still have beads stuck up in them. They're fucking. I mean, the kids loved it. Everywhere they went, they had 15 new necklaces on, and we were there. So this happens in February.
Yes.
We were there in the following July.
Yeah, there's more beads than Spanish moss on the trees down there.
Maybe we could invent a new thing like those Hawaiian ones that are made of flowers.
Well, they have.
Can we make them biodegradable?
No, well, this is what they've done.
Okay, I changed my mind.
Well, their take on it is they've started throwing out.
Actually, bamboo is.
Okay.
They've started throwing out stuff that hopefully people will take home with them and treasure more than they will the plastic beads.
What about titties?
Yeah.
Just show us your tits.
You got
Man, that really is bad for the trees.
It's fucking crazy, man. It's insane.
You got your sunglasses with the toilet seat flip lenses.
Yes.
Your plush spears,
Yes.
Yes.
pillows decorated with images of iconic floats,
New
You know
Orleans,
what?
The city that taste built.
hand-decorated toilet plungers.
You know, champagne problems, man. You got all these people coming there buying all your booze. You know, fucking suck it up. Get some the little things that you talk about all the time, the pod things.
Drones?
Get a drone to with like little hooks to pull them off the trees.
The best thing you can get your hands on down there, aside from hand-decorated high heel shoes, is a decorated coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, people throw them away.
The Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club, who does a minstrel show theme.
You mean like period blood?
No.
I don't.
Minstrel?
Yes.
You mean like a white guy with a black mask on?
Yeah, like that.
I would rather go to a minstrel show.
They throw coconuts.
Wait, there's a guy who's white, dressed in blackface, throwing coconuts at people.
Look, I mean, most of them are actually black, and they're dressing in blackface.
Okay.
There's some white
Most
guys
of
in there
them?
too. White girls, yeah.
There's a white guy in there?
Oh yeah.
And this is a show where they throw coconuts at you.
It's a float.
Is it free to
It's
go?
a crew. Yeah, they go down the street. They go down Bourbon Street
Like, do
on
the
the float.
locals embrace them, or are they the scourge of the parade?
No. They're fine.
All right. I don't know.
Well, then if they're fine, I'm fine.
Okay with that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They're like really blackface, which is not quite blackface.
They're
Well,
kind of voodooed.
some of them.
Yeah, the white guys are full on black, so it's not blackface.
Do you know what? I'm really learning
It's different.
more and more. We all just fucking parachute into these local news stories, and
Right.
everybody knows exactly what you're supposed to do. And then you talk to a local, and usually they give you some piece of information that changes everything. But everybody would rather just judge everything.
Yeah.
I felt like, and I know, I'm well aware of the racial issues in New Orleans and Katrina and shit like that. As somebody who grew up around New York and then lived in Los Angeles for a long time, I noticed that New Orleans seemed socially way more integrated than New York or Los Angeles.
I agree.
Yeah. Hey, what if you're a kid and you wear the new black superhero mask?
Oh, right? Can my kid be
That's
Black Panther?
blackface.
You probably can't. Right, my daughter can't be Moana and he can't be Black Panther. Fuck that.
Bullshit, right?
Yeah,
fuck that.
everybody. Fuck yourself.
Black kids can be Superman and Spider-Man, and white kid, fucking everybody can be everybody. Fuck that shit, yo.
Right. It's kid, man.
It's a world. Everybody should be allowed to be everybody.
Yeah,
Fuck,
I can
man.
be Black Panther.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Right, that's it. I'm Black Panther tomorrow.
So the whole point of the story, though, is the fact that they're throwing coconuts. They throw about 100,000 coconuts out.
Like
and
full ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
Decorated up.
I love coconuts. They're probably the tastiest thing that you can get. Besides, I would say it's probably the most curing, like a real coconut from the tree. You can smack it open, get it out, and then eat the stuff in there. Is one of the most. It's like an antidote. It can fix you. It's almost up there with like in the Himalayan mountains where you can get that crazy honey that makes you trip balls. That shit, like medicine. It's like medicine, bro.
Look how decorative these coconuts are.
Oh,
They've been shaved.
oh, they've shaved
painted.
it. Yeah. Oh, and it's the drink.
But you know,
So what's the
So
problem,
we're
yo?
supposed to throw these at each other? Instead
Yes,
of beads?
yeah, no, they're doing that. They're throwing the coconuts out. And you're wondering, oh no, what if somebody gets hit in the head? Well, New Orleans has their coconut law.
Wait, no coconuts?
No, it limits the liability for alleged injuries arising from tossed coconuts.
Look, if you die, look, if you're really injured by a coconut at Mardi Gras, that's your soft head problem.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, it's a little
you
coconut.
knew things were going to be thrown.
Wear a helmet.
Really?
A white powdery substance was found at the former President Barack Obama's D.C. office.
What's up with that? Everyone, and then somebody put white powder in Donald Trump's son's wife's face or something
Is it
too.
any surprise that now that Obama is no longer president, he's back on the bumps?
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. White powder, yeah. No, no, you're right. Something was mailed to Trump's daughter-in-law's
Yeah, so it's even
house.
Stevens. Everyone's handing out the powder
And
too. Both
also
sides.
in London, there was a suspicious package containing white powder sent to the an office in the Palace of Westminster. So, you know, somebody in Hong Kong sending out a lot of white powder.
We're all gonna die.
The Trump one turned out to be cornstarch, and I'm guessing the rest of these are also going to be cornstarch as well.
But did she actually open that, right? Or does the Secret Service open?
She
her-
did go to the hospital as a precautionary measure since there was just, mysterious white powder.
Right, but I'm assuming like Barack Obama doesn't open his mail personally, does he?
I wouldn't think so, no.
With his
The
tongue.
The Queen doesn't open
Right,
her
right,
first
right.
shoes at all.
Right.
The man's man.
Omarosa talking about being in the White House.
Oh,
again.
yeah. This is cool because I saw that she's, like, out of that show.
Oh,
Did she get voted off?
She left because of an asthma attack during one of the contests.
But I thought she took an emergency car and she wasn't allowed to take an emergency car.
No, that's
I love this because I don't have to watch the fucking stupid show.
Yeah.
I can just hang out and get the transcript because I don't need to see her dumb head
Jason, that's why she was fired from the White House.
because of her dumb head.
No, because of taking the emergency car. There are
Oh.
subtle differences between the White House and Celebrity Big Brother.
Is there? Okay, so wait. So she took an emergency car from the White House. Why did she take an emergency car?
Supposedly, she was only supposed to use it in like drastic situations, and instead she was like using it as a private car service,
Right,
something like that.
yeah.
And then there was another thing that I saw where she got married while she was there, and basically just had her dream wedding wherever she wanted it in the White House, despite the fact that she wasn't supposed to be using the grounds for a photo op.
Oh, okay. That makes sense that she would do
That
that.
sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She tells her fellow house guests on the show they shouldn't be so quick to want President Donald Trump out of office because Vice President Mike Pence is such a scary alternative. Basically, she said, I'm Christian, I love Jesus, but he thinks Jesus tells him things to say. You have to laugh.
So she's out, and now she's back in, Andrew.
So they were doing like a head of household competition, and they were being spun around. She got dizzy, said she had an asthma attack, left her to the hospital.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Can you imagine being married to her?
Oh, my God. I
She's
can't
got a
imagine
knack for this.
being in a
sort of-
room.
Like her husband probably crawls on the floor at home, right?
Drama.
Like, he never stands up.
She was born for reality.
All
TV.
day.
Born for it.
Having like long conversations with Mark Kraft. That's
He'll talk to anybody. He comes in here.
Oh, well. Anyway, we are at war with Russia, really. I mean, when it comes down to it, the U.S. has been training and equipping and backing the Syrian Democratic Force rebels in Syria. They're having a civil war there. Then you got the pro-government people. You have the Syrian rebels. We're backing the rebels. And the Russians are backing the government. And now a U.S. jet has destroyed a Russian-made T-72 battle tank in self-defense in Syria. So, I mean, there's fighting going on.
Yeah, isn't that a war?
Yeah, and I mean, we're kind of, it feels a little bit like we're using another country's people to fight.
You
know
said
what
an
I'm saying?
American. You just said
Yeah,
an
no, it was
American.
an American jet, but the people that were in the tank were Syrian. They weren't Russian.
Where'd they get the tank from?
From Russia.
All fucking blown up. What? The fuck you giving it to them for?
Well, because, we're against Russia in a lot of cases.
I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
You know? Let's just go in the woods.
The U.S., I was surprised to learn the U.S. maintains regular contact with the Russian military. They have hotlines to ensure that things like this don't end up going to full-scale
I
war.
thought Donald Trump was friends with Russia.
I can't tell you what's going on.
I mean, secretly. So can't he just secretly be like, look,
Maybe the Russians don't like Donald Trump. They just really hate Hillary.
look, according to people that I know, Donald Trump is good friends with people in Russia. That's what I've heard.
I think he had a conversation with Putin in the past week.
Putin a couple of weeks ago. There you go. So
Proves it.
I don't think we have too much to worry about when it comes to Russia.
I hope not.
Right. And I think North Korea will sort itself out. Donald and Ying will fucking, you know what I mean, they'll patch it up. And, somebody will give somebody a check and some whores or, I'll give you this if you don't tell people about this one time I killed somebody for money. Just, it'll all sort it out because in the end, we're all scared.
What about that? Can't they just... Okay, one of the problems that we have in, North Korean diplomacy, maybe I'm wrong about all this, what I've heard is that they told Gaddafi, give up your weapons. We promise we won't do anything to you. And then he gave up whatever chemical weapons he had. They're like, haha, fooled you. We're fucking murdering you now. So they go to North Korea and they go, just get rid of the nukes. We won't do anything to you. He goes, no fucking way. That's the only reason I'm alive.
Yeah.
What? Is there any way we could just give him this amazing fucking package? And like, okay, so you're not going to believe it coming from us. Is there anybody who can say, like, because he's like a billionaire. I mean, they've been milking their own people for generations.
Right.
Here's like $30 billion, and here's all the islands that you get, and we swear to God, nobody's gonna kill you. Just go there and enjoy the money and do whatever the fuck you want with it. And then just leave North Korea.
That happens a lot. I mean, but that happens a lot with Central Intelligence Agency, from what I understand. With,
Who loses?
Look, people get paid lots of money for lots of different things, and
Why don't we just make him an offer? We can't. Well, that sounds like we're gonna put a horse head.
no,
You know what I mean?
Hey, maybe we put a horse head in there too, just to move him along a little quicker, get him to quit.
Because that guy moves. I mean, problem solved.
Have him announce to the people, "Hey, I'm turning God over to the people. You guys all vote who you want to be God," and then you're done.
It doesn't have an ideal climate for an international playboy.
Maybe Dennis Rodman could talk him into it.
There you go.
Like, take him to a really cool island and be like, man, we should live here. If
Right.
you lived here, I would be your butt buddy for the rest of eternity.
You'd already be home.
Yeah. I mean, what about if you offer him, like, Rodman's ass for the rest of...
No, look, you can pay Dennis Rodman the same amount of money and say, look, you both get this island.
Yeah.
You can hang out
Yo,
here
give
forever.
him a giant mansion with all the cocaine and alcohol.
Right.
He'll sign up for that.
And you know what? And you go, oh, well, that will just encourage other crackpots to develop nuclear weapons. Well, okay.
Yeah.
If you manage to pull that off,
There's plenty
we'll
of
also
islands.
give you $50
Yeah.
billion to go away.
We got islands.
We're going to try to stop you from getting the nukes, but
Yeah.
if you manage to pull it off, you
Right.
will also get a $50
Oh, yeah.
billion island.
If we
Congratulations.
catch you in the middle of getting those nukes, we're going to blow you sky high. But
Yeah.
but if you're successful in owning them and having a big base for it, good luck.
You get an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
What's wrong with this plan?
It's almost like
It's
tell my
flawless.
kids to, like, try to figure out how to take over the world, man. You'll get an island.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't reward bad behavior, but we're trying to save the planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get a lot of nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Super hard. Yeah,
Right.
oh yeah.
So it's not like everybody's going to have them.
Yeah, you just got to give up a few islands. You're good.
Did you know that nuclear weapons are like coffee?
Go on.
Like, one country got nuclear weapons, and then they're like, nobody else can ever have these, but then somebody leaks something to somebody, and somebody else gets nuclear weapons. Like, the only way, nobody home grows them. Somebody needs to buy secrets from somebody else. Every nuclear power basically got them clandestinely from another nuclear power.
Didn't we?
Coffee's the same thing. Coffee was like only in Indonesia, and they like jealously guarded. You could not take a plant out, and then one plant got out, and that's how Brazil got coffee.
Fucking
Every
Brazilians.
fucking place in the world that has coffee, like the famous places you're aware of, started with one fucking dude stuck a coffee tree up his ass.
Did we not give Russia the nukes after World War II?
No, maybe we did. I don't know what I'm talking
Just to say, hey, we're all cool here, right?
about. Smooth move.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we've all done dumb stuff when we've
Not
been
me.
in an argument. in
Name
a
one
car.
dumb thing I've done.
Can't think of anything.
Thank you.
In Pennsylvania, state police say a guy was arguing with his 18-year-old girlfriend while she was driving on Route 74. He got so angry he reached over and pulled the emergency brake lever while the car was going about 60 miles an hour.
Okay, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah, the car flipped over and
mate.
yeah, hit a bank, and the guy crawled out of the wreck.
She died?
Allegedly, and ran away without trying to help the woman. No, the woman did not die. She was taken to a hospital to treat her injuries, but the guy ran away like a little bitch.
What a bitch.
Anyway, he's been arrested. He's got charges of aggravated assault, simple assault, reckless endangerment, and risking a catastrophe. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Added that one.
Yeah.
Chuck that one in.
What are you in for? Risking a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't say that.
No. A murder investigation has been launched in Manchester, England, after a woman's body was found in an apartment there. The police first got suspicious when a man who was completely covered in blood smashed through a second-story window, landed on a car, caving in the roof and smashing out the windshield, and went on a rampage, attacking people on the street and smashing in windows.
No.
They're like, hey, something's up with that.
That's suspicious.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, better get down here first. He's rampaging.
What?
I thought you were in the Beatles for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same neck of the woods, right?
Officer Paul McCartney.
One guy said he and his parents felt a huge bang on their car's roof, saw a bloody man, got out to help him, but then the guy started to attack him before running down the street trying to drag women from their cars. And the line in the story that kind of bothers me is the woman's death is being treated as suspicious.
The dick!
Of course it is.
Hear me out.
Yeah, wait. Suspicious? In Tipton County, Tennessee, the sheriff's office says an elementary school teacher and her husband were arrested on drug charges. They said the couple was involved with making, delivering, and selling Schedule 1, Schedule 4, and Schedule 6 narcotics. I don't know what those are.
That's heavy stuff. Schedule 6 is, yeah.
Search warrant was executed yesterday afternoon after an undercover operation. Well, I just started thinking about, like, of course you had 21 Jump Street, but what about an elementary school? Like a guy who's got the Gary Coleman disease, and he's an agent, and he goes in to investigate if the teacher's selling drugs. That could be a TV show.
Wait.
Undercover Kid.
Vern Troyer, PI.
How does Vern Troyer really act like a child?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what kind of makeup?
He just wears a trucker hat and a backpack with glitter on it, and they just all accept him as a kid.
How can he be in school with a
backpack
and glitter? What?
I don't know.
There's people who could pull that off, right?
I mean, he could be.
Not Vern Troyer.
No.
Vern Troyer could do it. Vern Troyer could do it if he was in makeup and he stayed in a wheelchair and he was a kid with special needs in the wheelchair at school. So he didn't get up close too much. He didn't have a lot of friends, but he stayed.
He's contagious, kids. Don't get near him.
Well, not a lot of kids are going to want to hang out with him because he's in the chair.
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem.
You don't think kids might want to try and play with his chair a little bit?
No, I think kids are not going to want to hang out with Vern Troyer.
Right?
Yeah.
He probably smells like alcohol and cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
He's so weird.
Like, wasn't there that movie where there's the little girl who ends up being like an old Russian prostitute? It's like a
what?
Movie.
What?
Yeah, but she's not that little.
Her name is the name of the movie.
It's Natasha.
Jezebel.
Is it? Jezebel.
Lolita.
Is that it?
Orphan?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
What's her name? Orphan? That's an unfortunate name.
Orphan Wells.
No idea why her parents named her
that. and then dropped her off at.
This is Jeremy, and this is Tanya, and that's little Orphan.
You better say hello to her. She's leaving.
Yeah, she's going on a vacation.
Oh, Esther, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. A movie called Esther is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Pakistani police have arrested 4 people accused of being in a gang that stole something very odd from about 12 women.
Maybe they didn't do it. Maybe they're falsely accused.
Could be, but they are accused.
Falsely accused, it happens. Falsely accused, it happens.
You know, I know. What are they accused of stealing from about 12 women?
Tampons.
Nope.
Their underwear. Their bras.
Their butt implants.
You'll never get it.
Their mouth brace.
No.
Wait.
You're not gonna get it. Unless Andrew brings it up on the fucking screen, idiot.
Their babies?
Their boyfriends. These guys fucked all their boyfriends.
That's crazy.
No. They stole their
Imagine a team of guys just go around stealing people's boyfriends. I mean, 4 guys could do it, you know? 4 big, healthy guys.
Irresistible gay bachelors in Pakistan.
And they just end up gangbanging your boyfriend, send you the video, and there's no coming back for most women.
No.
They can't bounce back even if the man's still interested.
He's mine, sister.
No, that's not what happened. They stole...
You really love your boyfriend, huh? Well, look at this video, because he really loves us.
Hello.
Does he suck your dick like this?
Odds are probably not.
They stole.
Can you fuck his ass like this? Anyway, sorry.
They stole women's spinal fluid.
Oh no!
Why didn't you just take my boyfriend?
Right? I really need
Not all of it.
fluid. Man, I did not really need that boyfriend.
Oh, my back is so dry.
No.
For the love of Christ, somebody put some Gatorade in my spine.
No, they told the women they had to provide blood samples to qualify for financial assistance, but instead of taking out blood, they took out spinal fluid and were going to sell it on the black market.
But when they put the cord in your spine instead of into your arm, don't you catch on?
No, it's a needle.
Yeah, I know, but it's in your spine instead of your arm.
I got to take spine blood.
So their brilliant story was we need to take your blood to approve you for a loan?
Isn't it kind of your fault?
It worked on 12 women!
Isn't it kind of their fault?
Yeah, I really.
I mean,
Maybe you didn't deserve spinal fluid.
Yeah, like give it to an intelligent woman that needs extra spinal fluid. you dumb.
Oh, I gotta check your spinal fluid. Run a little low.
Yeah. I mean, what about an
I'll top you off.
What
check your air filter?
What about an older, intelligent lady that craves spinal fluid? I mean, fuck this dumb bitch.
Oh, that's a weird thing,
right? You're not using any of it.
They were planning on
take some out of the fluid out of your brain and put it in your spine, you ding dong.
They were planning on selling it on the black market, but the police say that they don't know what it would sell for on the black market. Why would you need to buy spinal fluid?
Well, if you're dry, your spine's dry. Duh. Wait a minute. Does it stem cell? Can you get stem cells out of it?
One theory cited by police is that the gang were supplying homeopaths, so they robbed their spinal fluid for fake science.
Oh, to put it on people's faces.
Fake medicine.
Mm. It's not the first time that gang has been involved with a health-related scam. In 2016, police rescued 24 people being held hostage by an organ trafficking gang.
Yeah.
And that's illegal in Pakistan because they made that illegal way back in 2010. Selling organs. Anyway, and other news. What's worse than that old wives' tale about swallowing so many spiders while you sleep?
Swallowing worms?
How about old wives?
Well, you're close. In Tampa, Florida, a man has
I almost passed out.
A man has a tapeworm living in his eyeball.
Yes.
It's a pork tapeworm, which passes to humans from consuming raw pork. Or
that's what you get for eating a 5-year-old.
Contact with fecal matter. In some extremely rare cases, like this one, the worm will travel through your intestines into your bloodstream and embed itself in your brain or eyeball.
Hell yeah!
I'm kind of concerned that those worms... That one of those worms in my bathtub may have swum up my kid's butt and is eating him now.
No, they might.
You got to get a camera on that one.
You just got to kind of wait and see, you know.
You got an itchy bum?
No,
yeah, that's the first sign.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
My bottom itches, Daddy.
Yeah, if he says that, ooh.
Yeah, look out. They got to remove this worm out of the eyeball before it dies. If it dies in the eye, inflammation could cause the man to go blind. If it doesn't die, it will have a whole bunch of worm babies that will all head towards his brain. The doctor says if it was in the brain, the patient would
worm babies in the brain, baby.
He would have seizures, and the worm would be eating the brain, making the brain look like Swiss cheese.
Eating the brain.
By the way, you should probably cook that pork and maybe wash your hands after you touch your shit.
Yeah, or don't eat it anymore.
Right.
I shit on my hands so many times last night. None of it my own. I actually went out and did stand-up and I bombed horribly, and all I was thinking was, well, at least I'm not home with another person shit on me.
Yeah.
A man who is a time traveler from the year 2030 has revealed a number of things. Yes.
He's here. What kind of pants has he got on? Are they tight or are they loose? Because I reckon loose is coming back.
Well, actually, he's wearing, I think, jeans and a t-shirt. Here, I'll show you a picture of
what
him.
Kind of...
His face is being blurred out in this. Please stop putting shit up on the screen, Andrew, you asshole. Here's a picture of him. I said please. What's wrong with that?
Why to put an asshole on the end of there? But
Anyway, so
don't post anything on Instagram for a day or two, Will.
why?
You're very angry. Just saying.
I'm not angry.
And move on.
Anyway, he's revealed a number of things that'll happen in the future. Some people might be skeptical, but
I'm just happy that we make it that far.
He underwent a lie detector test and passed.
Yes, well, we know about those anyway.
Let's see.
Did the time machine? Does it take his clothes?
I don't know.
Because that would be my first question. Because if it doesn't take his clothes, then show me 2020 fucking pants, yo.
Maybe
there's dates on all that shit. Show me sneakers.
Maybe this shirt is from 2030. This ratty old
Really?
T-shirt.
Like, couldn't you at least bring a newspaper?
Maybe you can't bring anything.
But you can bring your clothes.
Well, if you
maybe
maybe
not.
you can't. Yeah.
We don't know.
Sorry.
Good point.
Remember what happened in that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
That's
He showed
right.
up in the
Completely
ball
naked. That's right. And he can't go back.
Mm-hmm. He goes by the name Noah. He is 50 years old, but has taken a drug that makes him 25 years old.
Oh, hell yeah.
Rejuvenation drug.
Hey, when's this?
12 years from now.
Yes.
2030.
Keep the faith.
Yes.
So if you want to know what happens in the future, Donald Trump's going to be reelected in 2020.
No, he's not.
Let's see. Robots that can run a home are being global warming. Humans flying to Mars in 2028. And that's the same year that time travel is revealed to us.
It's so lame that you just totally lacked creativity. You just took things that we're already talking about now. You couldn't even throw in, like, one wrinkle that we're like, oh, nobody even thought about that. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, I know, but, okay, let's say you traveled back in time to 2006.
Yes.
What would you tell people?
I would say Donald Trump is president.
Yeah, that's a big one.
He actually did, I think they said...
That's fucking huge.
I think I could probably come up with a couple more, but...
I think you're done, really. I mean, that one, you could just walk off now, because that's it.
I mean, you probably need to think of something else that someone might actually believe, so they didn't just...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Who would believe that?
I mean, if this guy knows Trump gets reelected, does he know who the next one is?
He did say, but it was kind of muffled.
What the fuck?
So
what do you mean he muffled the name? Actually, the next president is...
Exactly. It's Donald Trump. Yeah, totally.
I mean, simply enough, just come back and tell me who's going to win the next
World Series.
Super Bowl,
Yeah, totally.
I'll just wait, and then we'll establish credibility from
there.
Right.
Something tells me maybe he's not a time traveler.
That's a bummer, because I would really like to take that pill. But I would first like to make it to 60 to know what that's like before I go back. It could be cool.
It could be.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's a 60-year-old out there that I can be down with, you know? And 60, I feel like I'm done. Like, I really don't...
Well, you would still... Look, if you took a drug that made your body 25 years old, you'd still have the wisdom of being a 60-year-old.
Oh, no. I was referring to just when I'm 60, being me 60, I reckon I could find a cool spot for me to be 60.
Absolutely.
I feel like that might be my happiest hour.
Some people... I mean, I've seen a study that shows when you're in your 60s, you're actually at your happiest. I mean, I think a lot of problems do go away after a certain point.
I wonder if it'll have anything to do with my genitals.
Probably nothing will have anything to do with your genitals.
I'm just saying, I wonder if, like, for total happiness for me is not having genitals.
Might be.
I don't know.
I'd be curious to know what would happen to the world if you just...
If Jason didn't have genitals?
If you
about it all the time.
Well, if you outsourced reproduction somehow, and then both men and women sex was completely taken out of the equation, I wonder what if... Good or bad, I have no idea, but it would change things a lot.
I'd have a different car.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a car.
Right.
I'd be pedaling.
Maybe time for Tully to buy some water. Yellowstone, the giant supervolcano there, is under strain, according to seismologists.
No, that's what I want to grow up to be one day, is a seismologist. Yes.
They're monitoring the potentially catastrophic volcano, prompting fears that eruption is imminent.
Yeah, and then what happens to us?
Yeah, we're all dead. At the same time...
Wait, till he starts playing guitar?
I start playing Eruption.
Oh.
At the same
Man,
time...
that was a terrible eruption.
Strong tremors have struck near Guam, Japan, and Alaska within the Pacific Plate as fears of the Ring of Fire activity were
Yeah! Ring of Fire! Fly! Let's go, man!
So why do I want water?
Ring of Fire produces 90% of the world's earthquakes. Because when everything goes to shit, you're going to be real thirsty.
But just me?
Yeah, we're on the coast, man. We just go to the beach and get
drink
water.
the seawater?
Ooh, you boil seawater and it turns into pure water.
Maybe you can't get to the sea. Maybe there's a Mad Max group standing between you and the ocean.
I'm
the Mad Max group. Yeah, I got you. And one final
I'm
story.
going to Joe Rogan's house if this happens.
Danielle
I mean,
Harrington.
I know he doesn't like me on the radio, but in real life we're friends. And I'll be like, look, Joe.
Let me in, bro.
Yes, let me in. Man, if he doesn't let me in, I'm going to be even more butthurt.
Danielle Harrington was revealed
Who's
as
that?
the 2018 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue cover model on Tuesday. She becomes the third black woman to appear on the cover. They filmed her getting told that she made the cover, and I thought, that's silly, but I watched it, and it's a real tearjerker. That model lady comes in and says, guess what? You're going to be on the cover. And everybody cries.
She is amazingly pretty.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But do people, who's going to buy the magazine? I mean, do people still buy the magazine?
Wow! She might be one of the hottest girls I've ever seen in my life.
No, I wonder if the
Whoa!
New York Times editor was saying that he thinks they can keep doing print for 10 more years.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
Just all these photos Andrew's bringing up of this girl.
I know.
We'll be back. Whoa!
Did you plan that with Andrew? You're like,
huh?
Did you say, Andrew, my out cue will be,
whoa! Yeah.
That's when you know that we're going to commercial.
Show and a show.
I guess we'll just start them now. I think we got. These will last an hour, right?
No, but thanks a lot. You're giving me no ability to just get the photo up. So that you don't have to hold the photo up at the same time. The reason I did that is because every time I've ever said, okay, this is what we're going to do, can you put it up right now? And oh, there it is!
Which chair do you think? Probably go on that one?
Yeah, and you still do it now. No, you know that. No, you do. You are. You do it. You're lying. You're the liar. Nope, you are. You are a liar. That's what you would say to yourself. You're being truthful, but you're not. I'm not lying to myself. You are right now. I'm not wrong.
You guys gonna be okay?
I don't know. I should just start bringing up photos that have nothing to do with your news stories. That's what you do for most of the shows. Word. Another fucking zinger.
Do you guys want Jeremy in at the start or a rejoin?
Rejoin.
Do you think it's a long one?
I can keep it short. He's been
Whatever you want. I mean,
Right.
not a big deal.
do something like.
Okay.
You want to move that chair out of the way so he doesn't even sit there?
Yeah, nothing's gonna provoke conversation or anything.
My new thing is the 2 o'clock chills.
You get chills at 2 o'clock?
Yep.
Is it? I mean, does it only happen when you're here?
Yeah.
Because it's cold in here.
I mean, it's impossible, but it's like at 2 o'clock, it becomes way colder to me in here.
That is strange.
Right? Because you didn't feel the temperature change, did you?
No, I'm comfortable in here today, actually.
Maybe I just cool down, and then I feel colder than
I don't know.
pathetic.
I'm
I swear, my stomach is so fucked up from those fucking antibiotics and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I took like 5 shits yesterday. Eddie was gonna train me, and I was like, I can't, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, every now and then I have like, I sound like an old man. Every now and then I have like a really great piss, and I feel like the antibiotics are kicking in. I'm like, and then the next day I'm like, like yesterday, I pissed 3 times on the show. I don't ever piss when I'm on the show.
Gotcha.
I'm
I
like,
definitely feel like I get more. I'm not nearly as temperamental anywhere else as I am when I'm here. Like I tell you, like I wanted to get Jersey Mike's today. It just sounded good, but I did it one time before I interviewed a guy on my show, and my body just took such a dump from just it being shitty fast food.
right.
Like if it's a Saturday and I have that, I don't think it really affects.
Right, because if you're in
doesn't
chill
affect
mode, then
my
you
day.
don't.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It probably. I'm sure it still does slow you down, but you're not trying to perform.
Right,
So
seems
then-
like I don't want to. I'm not gonna spar anybody after I ate something.
Yeah.
Hungover or something.
Exactly. Yeah, you totally know that. I'm much more sensitive to everything when I'm here.
Is anyone gonna come here and fuck my huge box?
We should.
Various media outlets are reporting that a woman in China was at the airport getting ready to get on a plane, and she refused to part with her handbag. Reason being, I guess Chinese New Year is coming up, and it's very common to give cash as gifts around Chinese New Year.
It was stacked with cash.
She probably had tons of cash in it, and she just did not trust handing it off to the airport
Yeah.
staff. So she took matters into her own hand and did the only thing really that she could.
Kicked him in the face.
She rode through the X-ray machine with her bag of cash.
I back her.
Here's an X-ray photo, actually.
Trust nobody. I don't think it's very healthy for you, but
No,
I respect that.
but you keep the money.
You got it. We have a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Jeremy, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy Stevens on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Freaking camera just fell off, Betsy. I can't do that. Anyway, I've seen you before. I've kind of met you for a second. You got it. That thing's falling over. It's bent. You got to fix that shit. Sorry. Want to make sure that we get like actual documentation that you were here and you were talking to us.
Oh yeah.
So you I know friends that know you, and I don't know you that well, and I feel like you're one of those people that is you scare me a little bit. I feel like you're a little more violent than the average MMA fighter. I know you talk about how you knock out people, but that's like, I don't feel like you just heavy-handed. I think your intentions in your mind are far more intimidating than your hands. Like, I know, sure, you knock people out, but I think you're kind of an angry person. Are you an angry person?
No, actually, completely opposite. It's the fact that I love to do what I do. If I love knocking people out. I love giving them that type of show, and that's just me. That's raw. I was an angry kid once. I've learned how to be a martial artist. Excuse me. Turn that in and control them types of feelings, and go in there and display a beautiful art. And that's my love. It's my passion.
What about in sparring? Do you knock out your teammates and friends in sparring, or are you a little more friendly to them? Because it looks like by your face, you will knock them out as well if they're not watching. That's their fault.
There's a difference between when I'm outside of camp. Say, as my buddy Miles Jury over here, he's outside of camp, he's training. That's when I'm working on some skill, a little bit of finesse, and then there's a switch. Once I get into camp, if you slip down on the mat, I'm gonna punch you in the face, because that's the mindset that I have to have going into the fight. That if you make a mistake, I have to make you pay. It's dog eat dog in there, and then that mindset switches for me of where I become a little bit more aggressive, and there's a switch for me in that camp mode as compared to outside of camp. Outside of camp, I'm probably like the nicest guy to spar with, and inside of camp, I'm a nightmare.
So in camp mode, are you just a nightmare when you're in the gym, or are you a little edgy outside of it around your family and such? Because I've had 2 fights. And I would like to have way more if I, one, didn't have to cut weight, and 2, because I know, just talking, I can't talk normal. Like the second fight was a little more relaxed because I was older, but the first one, like, it took its toll on the whole fucking show. It ruined the show because I'd transformed myself into something that I'm not, and that means when I was on the radio, I was just like, I don't know, fuck you. I don't really have much to say. I just kind of got a fight in a week, and that's all I can think about. Are you cool with like everybody else out, and like, does everyone have to know that don't like fuck with Jeremy right now because he's in camp?
I just stick to mind my own business. I don't really go outside and put myself in them situations where I'm out at the bar, or I'm not out at where everybody's eating tacos El Gordo. I'm at home. I'm just chilling in the house. I'm enjoying my family time, and I have 2 daughters. And they're looking up to me, so. I'm spending my time with them and just relaxing. I like watching Netflix. El Señor de los Cielos is one of my favorite go-tos right now. They have like hundreds of episodes. It's like the Mexican channel of Armando Fuentes, who's a drug dealer and very corrupt and corrupt a lot of people. So I'm just chilling, but there comes a time where I'm having fun. I'm able to communicate, and then. Once I get into that back locker room, I'm able to dial in that focus. It's like a camera, you can start for the focus clear out wide, and then as it gets closer, I dial it in even more and more for that real fine point, and that's what we're looking for. I'm able to do that with the experience and the knowledge that I have, and controlling myself as a martial artist.
Is that a skill that you can cultivate, or is that just something that comes with the territory? Because I think everybody could use that, like when it's go time, be your absolute best self and get rid of distractions.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that I can control. It's something that I can continue to work on and continue to harness that. I've been in a lot of fights. I've been in there before. I know how to tell Jeremy Stevens, hey, I'm gonna leave you here in this back room. I'll be right back. And then I go and let the little heathen out, and I go in there and perform, and that's at my raw. I get that 15-25 minutes to go in there and be me, do what I love to do. Go in there and just absolutely just like what people say, like, yo, you look aggressive, and I get to unleash that people. This is what they pay me to do. This is what the fans came to see.
Is there another style that you could adopt that could make you a more winning fighter? This is just you, right? This is not your style to attract fans. Like, this is the way you fight.
Yeah, I've never been in this to be famous. I never got in this game to have fans. I got in this game because I loved it. I personally love to fight. Everything else comes with it.
You don't like it, or you do like it? or certain things you like and certain things you don't like about it?
You know,
Obviously,
it doesn't bother me to just be behind the scenes. It doesn't bother me to be in the limelight. I kind of do a little bit of both. I can be in the limelight, like right now we're promoting the fight, and then you can just catch me at your like local gas station, picking up an energy drink, grabbing a gallon of water.
It's obviously a Monster energy drink, right?
You know it, Monster always.
That's the best. I mean, you got to be kidding.
If I'm tired, that's what I drink. I know that.
Speaking of picking up, man, I picked out your club out there. That thing weighs like a freaking ton.
Oh, the Honor Club, yeah, that's the one that I have out there. When people come in, they think that that's the one that I work out with, but I don't. I just use that as like the hold down stuff. That thing is
thing's a tank.
Yeah, some people, I don't know who throws that thing around, but it ain't me. I can tell you that. I know people.
Say.
There's a couple. I think there's actually a couple of Honor kettlebells that are here. And the only reason they're still here is because I can't pick them up and take them home. There's one gorilla thing in there that's like, I don't know, it's like 90 pounds. I'm like, man, I might wreck my car on the way home. Like, it might roll and smash everything in there.
Yeah, if you were driving around like in Iowa or Detroit, you definitely need those to weigh down your truck in the back. But we're out here in LA.
Yeah, not really that necessary. I have a truck in LA. I know what an idiot looks like. It's me. But look, I want to. You are getting better. You feel that you are always getting better. Yes, this is not like you're plenty more to go. Like, do you see a future of more innovative moves? You've got more tricks. Do you see that, or are you like just perfecting what you have?
A little bit of both.
Because there's new people out there, like this guy on the couch. It's like
he's a silent killer, right there.
Right, I know. I'm aware of who that guy is. There's people out there that are new that have stuff that is new, and they're putting things together, and you're a part of the new, but you're also from the old school. Like you're a stand-up banging kind of guy, but you've got to have new tricks, right? Everybody's got new shit. There's new dudes everywhere.
Yeah, constantly. Some of the new stuff that I'm working on was the new stuff that I've been working on months ago, and it's starting to play out in my fights now. Sometimes I've been working on stuff for a couple years, and then boom, it's now starting to show up in my fights. So I'm always working on new set of skills and changing and evolving and adapting to different styles. You're not just gonna fight the same guy every time. There's other ways to beat people, and there's multiple ways, and that's the beautiful thing about martial arts. So I'm definitely one of those guys who loves to evolve, loves to learn, grow, and I believe if you don't, you're a dead man. It's only a matter of time till that catches up with you. And other than that too, man, the rawness and just the old school is my heart and my mindset. I'm constantly evolving my mind and stuff like that, but there's just deep down in my soul is just a savage.
Right. And then what about when it comes to training? Do you train like you used to old school, or are you evolving with all the rest of them when it comes to certain things? I mean, obviously kicking out candles is pretty stupid, but there are a lot of new things I've noticed from training that, to me, it almost seems easier. Like when I used to do strength and conditioning with Team Quest in the wrestling time, to now when I have like a strength and conditioning coach, seems like everything's more focused on a certain muscle or a certain thing. So it's never just like, I just remember wrestling people just making it the most brutal thing ever, and they didn't care how you lifted it or how you threw it. You just kept lifting it and you kept throwing it. Yeah. When you're older, I'm like, I don't think that was the correct way to train. Do you have like new stuff that people are doing?
Nothing beats hard work, and I feel like I actually work harder now than I did when I was 21, 22 years old.
How do you get away with doing that?
Just doing more, being more experienced,
just
doing the right things
tougher.
The right way. Yeah, just having that experience, having that knowledge, having that growth, and just that never quit, never die attitude of tell your brain shut the fuck up and just go to work. Keep working hard.
What about when you get punched in the jaw and it hits your brain? Somebody told me that there's like chiropractors and shit that are like cracking people's jaws and shit to make your jaw less or stronger of a shot. Is there any truth to that? Because I heard somebody somebody's doctor who was like in a big camp saying that, and I'm like, wait, what bullshit? You can do that? You think there's any truth to that?
No, but if that helps the fighter's mind to go in there and do something, then that helps them, and it helps them. And what works for somebody's not always going to work for you. Like, maybe there's a certain type of strength conditioning that works for you. It may not work for me, may not work for him, may not work for my man Miles. There's different methods to the madness, and it's all about just kind of finding yourself. That's the true meaning, kind of like life, right?
Yeah.
Meaning to life is what really them true people's self-beliefs really is.
It's funny you say that, because I feel like the bigger fighters, the ones that are more evolved, they become almost like the shadow of them. I know who they are. You know what I mean? Like from my skateboard days, there's people you take pieces of people until you become your own thing, and it's sort of like when you get to the level that you're at, like you just standing there. People that know MMA know what that looks like. Everybody has their little thing that they've turned themselves into.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty gnarly.
So your self belief and your self meaning and what you're trying to chase. Two people can look at the same thing but have totally different views on it and see the same thing but look at it totally different. And it just goes down that's really just kind of being a human being.
I think maybe one of the things that I saw that made me scared of you was somebody was saying something to a friend of yours, and I think that was what it was. You were like protecting it was one of your boys, and you were like leaning. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it's like a Uriah or a Dominic Cruz or something where I'm just standing there and I saw you and I was like, oh my god, like why the fuck am I in this room? How the hell did I get in this? Like I don't want to. Do you not like one of them? Does that sound familiar?
Are you talking about when Cody Garbrandt and Dominic Cruz kind of got into it?
Is that it?
Behind stage, probably. Did you see that?
Oh, okay. And who are you cool with, and who are you not cool with?
I was actually cool with both. They were getting into a little heated argument. I'm like, oh, these guys are just gonna fight tomorrow, no big deal. And then Cody continued to take his hatred toward Dominic, and he started talking to me, which I don't have a problem with Cody, and I still don't to this day.
Right.
But he came up, like, what are you gonna do? You keep turning your back, and I'm like, well, are you talking to me? And he kept coming up, and then I snatched him by his neck.
Oh, okay.
And he realized real quick that, hey, bro, I don't mess around here, bro. I don't.
Well, none of you do. I think people might forget that every now and then. I feel like
they do.
I think that kind of ties into what you're saying, that everybody has to like find what works for them, and everybody has to try to be their best self going in. And clearly, some people, right or wrong, believe that they need to have personal animosity. They need to find put a face on something they can be really angry at to be their best self in the octagon. And for some of them, I'm sure that's the truth. For some of them, I assume it's actually counterproductive. Hard for me to say who's who.
Yeah, to each his own. Hey, listen, this is the fight business. I knew they were gonna fight. I didn't have a problem with them. I still don't. I actually like Cody as a fighter. I think he's a great fighter.
Yeah, right.
He kind of reminds me of like a little version of me, just beast.
Yeah.
And they were talking. They were exchanging words. I had turned my back, and he came at me because of the Dominic situation. And
but you also understand as more than anybody as a fighter that he just like you don't hold anything against Cody because you know that that's like a mode that he was in, and anybody in his vision was just like you too. Like I don't think he thought about it. He just seems like a guy that's ready to go when he's in that mode.
He wasn't thinking about it, and he approached me in a whole another direction, and then I had to put a halt to that. And that was that. Other than that, man, props to him. He went on to beat Dominic. Had a great performance that fight, and then look how the tables have turned. Dom beat TJ beats Cody, and you know what? We're gonna fight these guys. I fought their head coach. I fought their teammates. I'm about to fight another one of his teammates. We know they come from a great camp. They're all great guys. I don't have any animosity, but when we get inside that octagon, I'm gonna try to kill you.
Well, let's talk about this fight because you had a really good last fight, and Josh Emmett really sort of became a star with his last fight. Like he just sort of showed up on the map as. I mean, I'm familiar with him, but boy, did he, everyone's pretty pumped on him right now. But he is pretty new, even though he's been around a long time. Do you have these goals of this guy and then the next guy, or like you said, you don't? Because I know you don't care about the fame or anything. You just want to fight, but you also want to win, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have 100%. Goals for that belt, or do you have like this guy? Like, do you have people in line in your mind? I know you don't want to jump ahead of the fight, but you know what I'm saying.
Of course, the ultimate goal is to get to that belt. That's how we're going to get the most money. That's how we're going to get paid. This is what I've worked my whole life for. Josh Emmett's just the next guy inside that way. He's my ticket to the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's the way I'm looking at it. Beat this guy and I'm going to the big show. So that's all I'm focused on right now. Ultimately, outside of that, it's always getting to that gold. That's how we get the money.
Man, it's a tough life. So you got 2 weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
So
week and a half, yeah.
So you're starving? right now?
No, you know what? I only
How
had
does
2 days really just of rest and relaxation, and then I was back and hitting the road, putting in my road work and back training. So on day 3, Wednesday, and I fought Sunday, so I had Monday off, Tuesday off. Tuesday night I got the call from Dana. Wednesday I was out back to San Diego working and putting in that work, and I didn't get a chance to blow up and get over 175 pounds like I normally would. So I've been able to eat this whole time and train and be happy and get through my workouts. Get a nice portion of chicken, nice portion of carbs. So my weight's fantastic. It's better than it's ever been, and I'm excited to go in there happy, healthy, and rock the show.
Yeah, the quick turnaround. I mean, you get credit and you deserve it, but it kind of seems like it could really work for you because you still have that taste. You keep that momentum going from a win. Because you get out of shape, you let yourself go a little bit.
Yeah, as long as he
start
doesn't
from scratch again.
As long as he doesn't get hurt, though. And I mean, he was in a fight where he did smash shit. Right? Like, were you not sore?
No, I was not sore.
Oh, wow.
It was only 2 rounds. We handled them rounds. Just 2 weeks before that, my man Miles sitting right here, I did the walkout with him. I was in his corner, so I got a chance to walk out 2 weeks before my fight, get those emotions of being in the back, feeling these emotions and feeling all that, and that just those feelings and everything. So I walked out with him. 2 weeks later, walk out. 2 days later, getting the call. Now I'm about to walk out. 5 weeks from that time. So I'm feeling quite in the zone, my man.
I can see that. Wow. What a
and
life.
This guy doesn't have near as the experience as me, and he's gonna feel it once we're in there, what type of beast he's in there with, and I feel like the experience again, just like my last fight, plays on my side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a gambler, but I'd be pretty bummed out I'm fighting you. That's all I'm saying. Good luck to that. And the guy seems like a nice guy.
How many times have you watched the highlights or just the whole fight of you fighting Duho Choi?
Right there?
Yeah.
Countless times.
Yeah.
Countless
Why not?
times watching that.
Wait, did you just punch the ref in the back? Did I miss that?
Some of them have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fisted him in the back. He had to do what he had to do to save the guy. All right, dude. Well, best of luck with the fight, and stoked you came on the show. Best of luck to both of you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate
Thanks
what you've done for the MMA game, man. I love watching you fight.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, best of luck.
All right. Man, my camera hates me. That's cool. What's next? Are we take a break? Am I supposed to take a break?
I don't know. We can't.
I'm not.
We'll just keep going here.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. We got to move on.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. See you, mate.
Thank you.
Take care, bro. Thank you.
See you, mate. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
See you. Week and a half.
I know.
Guys, ready?
Yeah, like I said. I think it's. I would fear the guy who just beat somebody up a couple weeks ago.
Especially the guy beat up.
I know.
I mean, who does that other guy beat up?
Right? Yeah. Exactly. I'm not really familiar with Josh Emmett's work.
I know, but if you're Josh Emmett and you want to be the man, just like he said, the Willy Wonka factory. You mean like it's his ticket to the big show? Well, guess what, Emmett, same deal for you. You know.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's just so crazy that shit like. It's so hard to become a Jeremy Stevens, and you have to beat up the guys you got to beat up to be number 7, and then you got to go through this guy, and then your reward for that is you just run into that ridiculous 3-4-headed monster.
Yeah,
at the
but
top of the division.
It's like he gets paid. It seems like that payday thing's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know.
God.
And then what happens? You get beat, then you don't get paid again, right? You have to go like 2 or 3 more wins, and then you get that
right
top 3 payday again, or how's that work?
Well, and particularly when you're not. Like, I think we've sort of had this conversation before. I love fighters who can talk a mean game and can, stir up drama and stir up controversy, but I hate the guys who try to play that game, but it doesn't come naturally to them.
Yeah.
If you can do it, that's the best. That's the total package. And then you have a guy like him where it's very, very clear Jeremy Stevens is, like, true to himself, and, he'll tell you, I'm going to go beat the shit out of this guy, but he's not Muhammad Ali, running his mouth, and I think that makes it even harder that the only way that you're going to get the money in the UFC is by beating up the big guys.
Yeah.
Because some people can with their mouths keep
But
themselves in the conversation more than a guy who talks with his fists.
But that's the road he's chosen. That's the fighter that he wants to be.
Right.
He
Yeah,
could have
that's
been
the only
anything
fighter
he
he-
wanted to be. That's the one he wants to be. I think if I'm fighting him, that's the worst kind of fighter to fight. Because he's, you know what I mean? He's not trying to win on points. He only has one plan, you know? He really does want to knock you out.
Yeah.
That is kind of the thing. So
Yeah.
that element does, you know, the last guy I fought, that was his plan, you know? And when the first time I got stung, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember that. So the Olympics are going on. I saw curling is underway today.
Wait,
So.
how can you... They have it in both, right?
No,
They have winter and summer?
There are winter and summer Olympics.
No, I mean...
I don't think they do.
The curly thing.
Curling's winter thing, right? It's snow. It's ice.
They don't do like a wooden one? Or the wax one or something? For the Olympics?
What, like shuffleboard? They do?
Oh.
Right.
Okay. You never... Oh.
So it's happening. So, I mean, we're doing this show for nobody right now because obviously all of our Canadian listeners have tuned out so they can follow their true passion, which is not actually hockey, but is curling.
Is it on right now? Okay.
Hey, it's more entertaining than curling.
All right. All right.
Wonder who she's doing shots with. Allegedly.
God, just give me the bone, Dingo. Just give it to me.
So people who are going to the Olympics are also checking out, you know, the attractions around the Olympic site in South Korea.
Yeah.
And that includes the nearby Penis Park.
Does that mean it's a park full of dicks?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty much.
What's the point?
Well, there's
Wait,
a
are they
story-
actual dicks?
No, they're like big wood dicks.
But- yeah, I know, but I mean, are they-
I'm
they're
not Will, by
shaped-
the way, you can actually put a photo.
Yeah, what the
up on
fuck?
the screen. Yeah.
Oh. That's cool.
For now, this one will do.
And why are we...
So the story goes like this. Supposedly, a long time ago, I think we're talking about a couple 100 years ago,
Mhm.
like a lady was by that, because it's right by the ocean,
Mhm.
so she was there with her boyfriend,
Mhm.
and her boyfriend like drowned while he was fishing,
Mhm.
and he drowned before they consummated their relationship. So
Oh.
since she died a virgin, they thought that it put a curse on fishing in that area.
Yeah.
And so all the fishermen were very, very concerned because they depended on fishing for their food and their
Yeah,
livelihood.
yeah.
So apparently one local fisherman is alleged to have broken the curse or the spell by urinating into the ocean there.
Yeah.
And then
Makes sense.
to seal the deal, they needed to like spiritually, ritually
Dickify the beach.
yeah, exactly. They needed to take her virginity, symbolically speaking, which
Yeah.
they have accomplished by just putting dick, 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 dick.
Make sure that's a button.
Oh,
Oh,
this
these...
now this I haven't seen.
Wait, is this on the same place?
Oh my god!
I mean, what's wrong with genitals? It's a like when you have a model of a human being made out of metal, and they have like a big helmet over their head that looks like Darth Vader times 20, and it really kind of looks like a bit of a butt plug helmet almost. But
Are people saying that that's a penis head? Because it's not.
it's not a penis head, but the dude is naked and he has like a flaccid cock and balls that is with no pubes, so it is like full out there. I mean, that's a man's genitals.
And the proportions of sack hang to dick hang are, let's say, less than ideal.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like he's a little sackier than dickier.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway.
So there's penises over there, and we are apparently we're losing in the medal count so far.
We're also getting a lot of like dick shots from the losers as they go down. It's really skin tight clothing that they're wearing.
Are you noticing that, or is everybody talking about it?
A lot of people are talking.
Okay.
You know, it's weird because like when I feel weird that I know I'm now like making formative decisions for my child. Like he's 6 now. He's into the part of his childhood that he fully remembers and stuff. Like I give you an example. I signed my kid up for t-ball, baseball, right? And he has zero interest in baseball. And there's lots of other stuff that he likes to do. Yeah, there's some moose knuckle. Thank you very much for that. But I just felt like I kind of had to do it because I'll be damned if I'm gonna raise a kid. Like if he decides he's not into baseball, that's 100% fine with me. But he's got to learn how to play baseball. He needs to know what he's. If he chooses to reject it, that's fine. But he has to know what it is and give it a shot because I'll be damned if I'm gonna raise the kid who just like doesn't know the rules of baseball.
Sure, kid.
Yeah, and it occurred to me that like when I was a kid, we watched the Olympics. And the Olympics were pretty inescapable. There was really only like 5 TV channels when I was a little kid, and one of them was just wall to wall. And they promoted the fuck out. You couldn't possibly miss the Olympics.
Yeah.
My kid, unless it comes up at school, I don't know, has no goddamn idea that the Olympics exist or are happening right now. And on the one hand, I don't value the fact that I was raised like cheering for America and stuff like that, but I also feel a little bit weird.
He's still pretty young, dude.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I mean, it's pretty hard to get involved in the spirit of your country when you're 4.
He's 6.
Oh.
Yeah,
well what about if you just sat down...
I was definitely aware of the 84 Olympics when I was 7.
Yeah, but if you turn on Sean White snowboarding, will he not sit down and watch that?
He would watch that.
Well, then that's how you get him.
No, I know. I'm not making my point very well. It's just I don't totally care. Like I don't think I do care if he knows anything about baseball. I don't really care if he doesn't know about the Olympics. But like I know that when I was growing up, we listened to pop radio. We listened to the local top 40 station. My mom like didn't want to feel old, so she'd be like didn't want to just listen to old music. She wanted to stay current with music, and so we listened to it when we were in the car. My kid can't name a single goddamn pop song that's been released in his lifetime. As far as he knows. Weird Al Yankovic's knockoff of Eye of the Tiger is the #1 song in the world because that's what we listen to. It's just weird.
I mean, my kids don't know any pop songs. They just know who Metallica is. They know who AC/DC is. They know who Bob Marley is. Mm-hmm. They just know a couple of giants, and then the rest of it is what it is. It's bullshit, and it doesn't last that long in the kid's mind.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that she knows who Rihanna is.
Mm-hmm. Pop songs from when I was.
But her songs are not.
Yeah.
Like gold mines that stay forever to them at all.
It is pretty disposable. Yeah, the pop music.
I'd say the last song that was not disposable was the fat lady that sang about her heart being broken.
Adele.
Yeah. That album, the one that made it big.
Yeah, the Adele album. Right,
There's a couple of songs on there that I think my daughter still would say is a good song, and she knows it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot about pop music nowadays that sticks to your ribs. One more quick note on the Olympics. They are happening in the South Korean city of, I'm assuming it's just pronounced Pyongchng, right? Which is weird because North Korea's got a city with they're Pyongyang, aren't they? Totally different story. Anyway, a Chicago TV station put up a graphic about the Olympics that incorrectly named the host city as P.F. Chang.
Oh, wow, it said it on the... Oh, wait, is that Australia?
Not Chicago.
Oh, man, how could you do that?
So they said that somebody on the news team was going to do some, like, jokey thing about the Olympics that ended up getting mothballed, and then somebody accidentally used that discarded... Because also you'll notice that the Olympic symbol is completely made.
I know, but you're still accidentally the biggest moron ever if you put that up on the screen. I mean, what the fuck were you doing? That guy's so fired, it's crazy. He's the most fired person in television. I mean, I can't even read. I don't even, like, try to read words... And it's just such a P.F. Chang logo. Like, I can't... It's the first thing I noticed on that whole screen is that it says P.F. Chang 2018. And then the Olympic thing, I'm like, wait, is that an upside down cross? Like, what the fuck, man? That's stupid. What's wrong with people?
Yep. So that's everything I think you need to know about the Olympics. That's certainly everything that I feel you need to know. Oh, somebody else said that they were going to take a Xanax after they won, right? That was cool.
homosexuality quite a bit.
I mean, I don't know how to like you sometimes, dude. Like, can somebody else report what is going on in his life? Because that is such. I just felt like you bashed him so hard right there. Go ahead. So now all I'm hearing is, from what you're saying, because I've never heard of the guy, there's a gay Olympian who's into taking Xannies and says crazy shit on Twitter. Go ahead, Andrew.
Are we missing anything?
Yeah, am I missing anything?
No, he's come out very anti that the vice president is there and that they're supposed to meet and have a conversation with him since the vice president is.
See, I thought you were saying, like, I was tweeting, I just love to suck cocks and take mad dicks. You're saying that he doesn't approve of the vice president, and that's some crazy shit to be tweeting.
Well, no, but here's an Instagram, I don't know when this is from, a post where he's posing in a way that few heterosexual men ever would, and the caption says, "While you were busy being heterosexual, I studied the blade." What does "studied the blade" mean?
The ice skating. Yeah.
He studied the blade of skating.
Yeah. It's like a really gangster way of
Studied
referring
the
to
blade?
your gay your gay ice skating escapades.
I didn't think there was.
Sorry, but
I didn't think there was a cool way to
pretty.
talk
I know.
about ice
I know.
skating, and I still don't.
Yeah, I know that did not work, dude. We are not going with the blade with you. Sorry.
Okay, and then he's shirtless in a shower.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Yeah, it's certainly sexually provocative, but not in like a overtly homosexual sort of way.
I know. He's got no shirt on. Like what about The Rock? You know, The Rock doesn't have his shirt on ever.
Yeah. Look, it's just cool.
Oh yeah, you're showing me that one. You think that's going too far?
No, I think he should be enjoying his life and living it to the fullest. I think he's doing that and having a good time.
Well, and I bet you that there are. I mean, has there ever been like what percentage of Olympic, like figure skater dudes have been gay over the years? Would you guess?
Yeah, probably half.
Probably,
Yeah.
and that might be conservative,
Yeah.
right? So, good for you. Good for you. He's living a lot. He's living a lot of people's dreams right now.
He seems like yeah, he is very effeminate, and that's cool. I mean, I don't ice skate, but I think so far he's twirling around. I'll go home over it. Sorry. Oh, look, I'm allowed to say that I'm gay, but let's see if I want to see him do a spinny thing. Let's see. See, there you go. He did a spinny, and then he did another spinny.
Like the Lutz to the Lutz.
Was that a Lutz?
Was that an axle?
I was a full Lutz. That was like
That was-
looked like a total Lutz to me.
McGillicuddy.
The fucking Bubba the Love Sponge right now. The whole McGillicuddy.
I was watching some clip the other day. I just saw this thing on Reddit that some lady did a backflip thing where she landed on one skate, and it was so devastating that nobody else could do it that they banned it from the Olympics.
You can't do that. It's stopping innovation.
That's what I say.
Wait, that's like it's not true. It's not true.
Totally wrong.
Fucking Tully.
It was from like a decade or so ago. It's a French figure skater, and she was ridiculous, but it wasn't viewed as like a groundbreaking doing the quad axle.
Wait, that's not groundbreaking? I've seen what the dude that we're talking. What Ripon?
Oh wait! She touched her foot when she took off. It's bullshit.
What Ripon?
It was just a backflip.
Okay. Yeah, but innovation. These are the baby steps. What Ripon did is, to the untrained eye, i.e., everybody who watches the goddamn Olympics, the same fucking thing every ice skater has done in every ice skating event I've ever seen in my entire life. I have never seen a person do what this lady did. So how could this be less innovative than Mr. Triple Spin?
The judges of figure skating viewed it as too showbiz and not like within the rules of figure skating and triple Lutzes.
Well, that's why their sport will never grow.
Yeah.
That's why they just cut their head off. What's the saying? Cut their whatever. It doesn't matter.
Bite their nose.
They did some stuff. Yep, to their face and their nose, and they bit stuff and cut.
It was very unwise.
Yeah. So and you should learn from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should stop a lady from doing a backflip and landing on one leg is saying that you want your sport to die. And guess what? Have it.
Yeah, I didn't like it anyway.
Yeah.
I saw another clip where her or somebody else did it, and there didn't seem so much hand funny business.
Maybe it was a man
going on. I don't know. Maybe.
You know how they do those things, athletical things better.
Oh yeah, I think this is the clip that I saw. Okay, so there she goes backwards.
Wait,
Man,
this-
man, I wish I could skate backwards.
This chick is. I can for like 3 seconds.
That's clean, right?
Not really. She foot. I mean, it was clean, but the foot when she landed, her back foot dropped.
You know, it wasn't as graceful as that move ideally would be, but she didn't use her hand to get
She-
up or to land.
If she was to do it all the time and everyone else to do it was to do it all the time, it would be perfected for sure. Man, that's a gangster move though.
Fucking amazing, right?
It's fucking gangster. I still want to do her. What's her name? She doesn't want to do me. Don't worry. But I really want to do her. She's very powerful.
Surya Banali is
Well,
my
boom!
is my desperate stab at that one.
Yeah.
And with that we've exhausted.
She is
everything
figure skating!
I know about figure skating, and for that matter, the winter.
Well, I know about that one lady that broke the other lady's leg or whatever. I know that about figure skating.
Uh-huh.
I know that.
Did you see I, Tonya?
No, I don't. Probably lifting weights, Michael, when that was out. Sorry. No, I would watch that. I just haven't got to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would watch that because this is the movie that makes Tonya Harding look bad or good.
I think it probably.
Because I don't like her.
I think it probably cleans up her image a little bit, right?
She's the one that hired the lady to break the other lady's legs,
Jeff
right?
Galooly was the guy who did it, and I think she has claimed. I don't know. I think I've heard that she claimed that she didn't necessarily know what her boyfriend was going to do.
Yeah, but she was like, injure her.
I don't know.
You know what?
There's a little back and forth regarding the movie. Makes it seem like she didn't know that they were going to take
That's insane.
iron to her leg or whatever.
Yeah.
And then subsequently, people said, yeah, she knew all along that there was going to be a physical attack.
I don't like that she became like an American name that now is hired to like have commentary about the world today because she's a well-known ice skater that cheated so hard she got her boyfriend to beat up her opponent. I'm like,
No,
let's create
bad behavior.
Yeah.
Too. Like she did a lot of time as public enemy #1, but nobody.
Like she's been pitched to be on this show.
Has she?
I think so. Yeah. It's like she's a celebrity.
Yeah.
She's a cunt, is what she is. You know, that's
Yeah.
the lowest form of.
Right.
You know, you got all the way to the Olympics. If anybody knows how hard it is, it would be you. And you took it away from your competitor.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Well, right. You know, I'm fond of quoting the saying, "Tragedy plus time equals comedy." This is really infamy plus time equals celebrity.
Yeah.
And that ain't cool.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Yeah.
She's a cow pig.
So speaking of movies,
Fuck her.
I want to remind everybody, every dude listening, that tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we don't believe in that shit, so we already bought our shit for each other and it's over.
That's cool. We
Yeah.
went out to a very nice brunch on Sunday, and that was our thing. But, you know, I feel like I kind of have to do a little something on the day. So I
Yeah.
was thinking about it this morning, and I'm like, what do I do? And the thing that we do for fun is we'll just get some, like, cured meat, like, prosciutto and shit like that, and some cheese, and we'll have that late at night, have a snack, and ordinarily have a drink, probably not now since she is with child, and watch a movie. And so I'm thinking, maybe a little corny. It's Valentine's Day. Let me find, like, a romantic movie. Not like a stupid one, but a cool one that we can watch. And then I realized that the movie, and this is why I love my wife, the movie that my wife truly wants to see, she has expressed as much, is this ridiculous, insane Nick Cage movie where something happens in the world and parents are all trying to murder their children.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's fucking... Dude, the preview is... I feel like I've seen the whole movie from the preview, but she wants to see the whole thing, and I'm not gonna hold that against her.
Why did I watch that?
It's Nick Cage, and I think Selma Blair plays his wife. And it's not just them. Everybody in the world goes... Yeah, it's called Mom and Dad.
Oh, I haven't seen this. Or have I? Why do I feel like I've seen it? It's not out yet, right?
I believe it's streaming. I don't know that it had a theatrical run.
Has there been another movie where that's happened?
Is there? I mean, he's just Nick Cage on 11. Yeah, you can watch it.
I think I've seen it. Anyway.
Anyway.
I'll watch it again. Man, I'm punchy. Woo!
Isn't that the great thing? Man, I can't tell you how many times... Because we watch a lot of TV shows that are like formulaic, like King of the Hill or Simpsons. We'll watch that when we're like having dinner or something, and I'll get halfway through an episode, and my wife will be like, "You know that we watched this like 3 weeks ago, right?"
Yeah. Oh, good. That makes me feel better.
Is this the one where Homer does something stupid but makes it up in the end to Marge?
Well, then there's that, because he does kind of do that.
That is sort of his go-to.
Yeah. Phone calls 855-Ellis-41 if anybody wants to call. Don't answer, Betsy. I'll just get them straight, though. I don't need to know their names. Justin, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Hey.
I want to learn how to do a backside air on the vert ramp. I
Hmm.
can do backside ollies and little early grabs, but how do I get above the coping?
I'm glad you asked me that.
Right, you can't do backside ollies above the coping, can you?
No, I can do them inside.
You say you do early grab airs, though?
Yeah, I was practicing those on the vert wall yesterday.
To do backside airs, you do kick turns, and you do kick turns grabbing the nose of your board, and you keep doing back-to-back kick turns, grabbing the side of your board, and every time you grab the side of your board, try to get a better grab with that hand every time. And then when you get that down, then you just get a little light on that back foot because your front wheels are already off, and then you just do like a little floaty air kick turn, and then that'll progress into a backside air.
I heard somebody say just do a pivot on the air. Is that about
No, they're fucking idiots. Do what I told you.
Alright, thanks a lot, bro.
Thank you. I could do a show on that, Michael.
You could and you should.
Let's get Tony back in here. Trick tips with Jason Ellis and Tony Hawk. So many people will be listening. Megan!
Hi, Jason.
Hey.
How are you?
We're casual.
Hello.
Hey, you know what? I've been listening to you guys for like 8 years now. I know, big deal, right? My husband just started listening to you, so he just got a new car that has XM in it, and he's listened to you guys, and he used to listen to you whenever he'd be in the car with me when we would go places.
Hmm.
In fact, his first experience listening to you was a rerun of Dude Am I a Slut, where some broad had panties shoved up in her vag. So
Yep, that was a great time.
that was his first experience with you guys.
That was not my fault, by the way. That was a caller. I did not call in my show to put panties in my vag. So it's not exactly my...
It was some girl who you didn't
Right.
say was a slut.
Right, I was just sitting there. Okay.
Yeah, vag panties. So
Anyway.
he's telling me last night, one of these days when it's final calls, I'm going to call into the Jason Ellis show and ask him what Red Dragons means. And I was like, you're never going to do that. And he said, yes, I am. And I said, no, you're not. And I know he's not. So I know what Red Dragons means. I told him it was very easy to figure out what it means. But if you would please, for my husband, Brent, explain to him what Red Dragons means.
Alright, I'm going to hang up. Brent, Red Dragons means fuck shit up. It can mean a lot of other things. Once it gets to fuck shit up, it can evolve into other shit, but pretty much it just started from skateboarder dudes in Canada made Red Dragons a gang, and then some of them turned pro and turned into a skateboard company. But when you say Red Dragons, it's not a skateboard company. It just means fucking shit up. But then there can be sarcasm on it, because you can be like sarcastically fucking shit up. But basically, all in all, you know what I mean, it's fucking shit up. You can win and fuck shit up. You can lose and fuck shit up. But it really came from the show with me and Colin McKay would say Red Dragons when anybody would smash a glass at a restaurant. When the waitress would drop a glass. Because Red Dragons used to mean when we were drunk we were fucking stuff up. And then the sarcasm was the waitress is fucking shit up. She's gone ballistic.
That wasn't an accident.
Right.
Yeah. Sounds like Brent's got a winner.
Welcome to the show. You're live.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey man, who's this?
It's Jerry in Pittsburgh.
Hey Jerry.
I keep hearing advertisements about Howard Stern and David Bowie songs. I was wondering what your guys' favorite songs were.
Of Howard Stern's or David Bowie's?
David Bowie's.
What's my favorite David Bowie song?
Yeah.
Fucking what is it? I play it all the time on my phone.
I really like Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes.
No, he's got. Alright. And I like I think I like 8-Line Poem. Yeah, I think that's my favorite song.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah. I was gonna use it when I walked out for my wedding. It's just casual. Am I supposed to... Shit. 855 Alice 41.
Sound and Vision's kind of funky.
Welcome to the Jason L Show. You're live. Oh, man.
I just wanted to touch back on the Olympic thing. I went to teach third grade, and I was doing a article about a snowboarder who just won the gold medal at Dingo Known, and third graders never heard the Olympics and didn't even know what a half pipe was. Talk about it being completely out of it.
But now they know what Xanax is.
and Molly.
And homosexuals.
I gotta watch out for those guys. Jason L. Show, you're live. Homosexuals. What's up?
So, I know this is the Ellis show, so I'm sorry in advance, but Tully, March 14th, I'm going to be in California. I miss your show by like one day all the time. Please tell me you can do a stand-up.
On March 14th?
March 14th or soon after.
Oh, that sucks. I got a show the day before.
The day before?
I have no idea.
Hello, Jason L. Show, you're live.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey. All right.
I want to say, this is Ashton from New Jersey. First of all, you've been a big help. I haven't had a drink in 4.5 months. Still smoke a bunch of weed, though. But I went to my first metal show on Friday, and it was fucking ridiculous. Had I been wasted, which I usually do at concerts, I probably would have died.
There you go.
Metal's pretty good, huh?
Yep, metal saves people's lives. Remember, if you're gonna be on drugs, listen to metal. Shout out to the troops. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't die. Yeah, you're probably right, Tom. Whatever.